You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
Woo, 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 woo. Who let the dogs out? Woo, 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 woo. Who let the dogs out? Woo, 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 woo. Woo, boy. What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 344. We finally made it to Hate Week. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good one today, man. Oh, man, this is a week for rivalries. This is a week that we got playoffs about to begin. This is a week that a lot of things are going to be decided. Well, what we got today? Major League Baseball season is winding down. Oh, boy, we got a close 2 games left. We're going to see what's happening. Is hurting the Eagles? Have the Jags miscalculated their team? Are the Bengals back to being the Bungles? Has Sam Darnold finally arrived? Carl Anthony Towns traded. I thought him and Ant-Man was getting along. Oakland A's finally played their last game. Lots of memories. We're going to talk about that. Derrick Rose retired, and just fellas are ready to come on. All right, I cut my monologue short so we can see our money in real. But anyway, episode 344, we about to start it. Let's go. Hate week full effect. Woo, 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 woo.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rare Sports Show. Red and eventually Coach will be on in a second. I'm coming to you live from the AT.
Yeah.
So,
wait a minute, Rev, you too? Alrighty, you too?
Coming to you live from the East Coast.
Oh,
We're
okay.
give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans. We're real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen?
Real sports knowledge.
So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, Amani, and hopefully at some point, Coach, for episode 344 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And normally we would turn our numbers attention to Coach Patrick Thomas, who was just with us during the preliminary meeting for the show. The coach has ghosted us right before we do the numbers game. So, Red is quick on his feet. So I'm going to see if Red got something or someone. Hold up, Red, you might be saying.
You see how I was on it. I was trying to get to it.
We might have a coach sighting. There he is. He got ghost for a second.
Oh, I was ready.
Are you here, Coach? Okay, we got him doing the mannequin challenge. Are you here, Coach?
Not again. There's no mannequin challenge, I hope.
Well, you need to get that hamster, feed him.
No, what happened? I accidentally the laptop, so I'm back now.
All right, give us something or someone dealing with those numbers 3, 4, 4. What you got for us?
I'm gonna take a deviation today from the world of football, and I'm gonna go to base.
All right, we're going to take a deviation from your signal, Coach, because it's not too strong, man. All right, try it again. Go ahead, Coach.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we keep talking.
My number 44 is a man who is my favorite baseball player of all time, no doubt about it. 3-time home run champion. He hit 3 home runs in a World Series game. He is the man who had the only candy bar, well, one of the only candy bars after, and he is is known affectionately as Mr. October. Number 44, 3-time home run champion, Reggie Jackson, baby.
That's a good one. Highly appropriate for the times that we are embarking upon, as October will be here next week, and the postseason for baseball will start next week. So that might have been one of the best ones you've ever done, Coach.
Yeah.
Especially
with the Oakland A's situation.
Yeah, that might have been one of the best ones. Amani, if you want us to hear you today, you got to unmute your mic, sir.
Oh, yeah, of course. A little bit.
Yep. You just did. Okay. All right, Coach. So we're going to pray that your signal will be strong in that spot. If not, we need you to start finding the right area in the room where that signal is going to be strong, because we got quite a bit of sports talk that we need to talk about on today. Again, we want to welcome everybody to the Red and Red Sports Show featuring Coach, and also joining us this week is Amani. We'd like for you to like and share this broadcast. We want to add to Revenite Nation, so why don't you do that? Hit that like button, share the broadcast, let somebody know what you're watching on today. We're going to go to Reverend Knight Nation. Seems like Reverend Knight Nation is real light right now. I don't know if they thought we weren't going to be on or whatever the case is. Nevertheless, what's up, Nando Barrington? He said, what's going on, Red and the fellas? Chat, hit that like button. Thank you, sir.
What's up, Nando?
I don't think you're going to like this. Roll Tide, fellas. Tide rolls 28-18 today. 13 points won't win you the game against Bama. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Good morning, Jerry. Glad to have you, sir. Part of Reverend Knight Nation. Hopefully at some point, the president or the vice president will bang the gavel to have another fire session of the Red and Rev Sports Show. It's unlike our officers not to be present and accounted for, but hopefully at some point they'll be in place. What's up, Winston Thornton from the Eye Test? What's going on, fellas? Chat, smash that like button. Y'all are shared. Thank you so much, bro. Truly appreciate the sharing support and also you tuning in to the Red and Rev Sports Show on today. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, big dog?
What's up?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Y'all all right?
What's up? Yeah.
Let me. Y'all looking at me? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
I see the lovely bright red colors on you today.
Y'all all right, Red and Armani? Y'all all right?
Hey,
Rev, I've been all right, man.
yeah. I mean,
I'm not one of these fans can't get the press because you wear Chiefs.
We are. We know. We used to it.
We played y'all good.
Y'all all right?
Hey, we had a chance to win. We blew it. I mean, that's all you can say. I mean, we had a chance to win,
and we blew it.
Is that like y'all came out here and just blew us out now?
No, that was a good game. That was a good game.
It was a good game.
We weren't at full strength. We weren't at full strength.
Neither were we.
Full strength. But y'all have most of your major players. Now we didn't have our running back, Pacheco. So let's not act like y'all didn't have your prime players in place.
But you had
somebody
down there
running the person y'all needed to.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Pacheco don't make the game.
Now you can have a critical part. Who's been a very critical part of our run?
Did you have Patrick Mahomes?
We had Patrick Mahomes. Did we have Pacheco, who's part of the running game?
All you need is Mahomes, baby. Mahomes is the key.
Well, that's true. We win, yeah.
You got Mahomes.
Yeah, Pacheco can be replaced. As you can tell how you replaced him with some country white boy we never heard of. You see, y'all running games didn't miss a beat. So I don't want to hear about no Pacheco because y'all were running all over us.
That's when you know you've paid the right quarterback. All these other teams overpaying for quarterbacks who can't deliver. But that's another story for another day. With that being said, let's see.
Might be for today.
Oh man.
Red chit chat. Let's go on. Dr. Rev going with that man.
He been a little petty. He been a little petty this morning.
Reverend Doctor, but it's all good, man. I know Jared fit in his feelings right now. It's gonna be all right, Jared. God bless you, man. Y'all got robbed on the PI. I'm gonna talk about that during our Dope and Open Coat. So let's get into it, gentlemen. Because I got a wedding I got to go to by 2:00. So let's go ahead on.
Rev, you got a full day, don't you?
Yeah, full day, man. I don't want to say what I want to say, but nevertheless, we're going to move on before I say the wrong thing. And they got nothing to do with the show. They got nothing to do with my thing. So I don't want to say the wrong thing just in case somebody tunes in who might take my words and run with it. So we're going to keep on keeping on. All right, Dope Note Coach moment for the week. Coach, I'm going to ask you to move your camera a little bit so we don't have to look at that light the whole show. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, sir. And Red, if you could just move over to center yourself, that would be great so you can stay in the picture. There you go, sir. All right, I think we're ready to Dope Nope and Coach. Coach, what you got for us for your dope moment?
My dope moment goes to the Kansas City Royals, who last year had lost 107 games. This year they're in the playoffs. I mean, you can't have a better turnaround than that. Going from that to last to in the playoffs. So Kansas City, you get my dope moment. You know you're gonna lose these next 2 games, but hey, it don't matter.
Rev, you on mute. You on mute, Rev.
Got y'all, my bad.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Rev, what you doping on, sir?
I'll keep it same wavelength for coach and MLB. I'm doping on I'm doping on Detroit sport, period. And one for the Lions, who happened to have a coming out season last year. And surprisingly, whoever would have thought the Detroit Tigers was gonna make the playoffs? Man, first time in I think 10 years they back in the playoffs again. AJ Cinch from the Houston Astros, who got fired from that whole cheating debacle. Well, boy, I see he don't got the Astros, another struggling team, back to prominence again. Good job, AJ Cinch, and good job, Detroit sports. The Lions are coming up. The Tigers are back balling again. Boy, Pistons. I mean, they may have to cope with y'all. Boy, y'all are the weak link out there. But as far as the Tigers and the Lions, they rolling on. So keep on keeping on football and baseball. And like Atlanta, our basketball team, hopefully they'll just be forgotten about. But anyway, good job, Detroit sports, especially the Tigers. Dope.
Awesome.
Armani, what are you doping on?
Yes, sir. I am doping on one. Jaden Daniels had a coming out party this week. He went 21 for 23, 254 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is, I mean, he played a good game. I mean, he was dropping bombs out there, accurate, being able to avoid pressure. I mean, he's looking like the quarterback of this class. I mean, he's looking like one of the better ones. So, you know, hey, Jaden Daniels, you know, I'm not really an LSU guy. Y'all know I'm not. But, hey, he balled out this week, and I got to give him his props.
Oh, yeah.
My dope moment goes to something that took place last night. He hasn't been the best for the Braves all year long, been injury ridden, but Max Fried showed up and showed out last night, pitching 8 2/3 innings, scoreless baseball to lead to the Braves to a much needed 3-0 victory on last night. And with the Mets and the Diamondbacks losing, the Braves are now tied for the wild card spot. Right now, they own the tiebreaker over the Diamondbacks and the Mets. So if they handle business the next 4 games and hopefully the next 2 games with the Diamondbacks may get swept by the Padres, I don't know, the Braves will be firmly in the playoff picture. But nevertheless, Max Fried, we don't know if you're going to be a Brave after this year, but you gave a brave outing this past Friday. And thank you so much for positioning the Braves to be in the 2024 postseason.
Oh, yeah.
Red, what are you open on?
White Sox, 121 losses. Most since 1900. No. That is god awful, atrocious. Just get them out of here. Why did y'all even play this season? Okay, do yourself a favor and your fans a favor. Next time, just don't play the season, okay? Because this is atrocious. How many games we played? 162. How many have you lost? Damn, dog on there 130. Man, get y'all sorry sacks or you know what out of our face, out of our sight. Just go away. 2024 Chicago White Sox. Nope. Rev, give me my music.
Epic fail.
Yeah, that'll work.
Armani, what are you open on?
I'm open on the fact that Miami and Virginia Tech game last night, which was crazy. But the refs definitely screwed over Virginia Tech because I believe that was definitely a touchdown. So I'm open with the refs. That's not the only call they screwed up this week, but we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But refs, y'all, the refs got to do job in both pro and college better. I mean, I don't understand what's going on with the refs, but y'all got to do better. You got to do better.
Oh, come on! I am coping with the fact that I'm sorry, I'm not coping. I'm noping.
Nope, real.
I'm so interested in getting to my cope because I know it's going to stir up some emotion. But my note is going to go to I think your team is actually a Super Bowl contender. It ain't happen. Your team is trash. You beat a trash team, barely beating the New York Giants, then getting blown out the previous two games should show you you're not a serious championship contender. And another note goes to your delusional owner who is trying to dress up his mistakes by trying to make y'all believe that you all have a team that can compete for a Super Bowl. Jerry Jones needs to own the fact that he screwed the team. He should have signed somebody like Derrick Henry because the team has a trash running game, but he wanted to be cheap rather than be a Super Bowl contender. And this is why you see the Cowboys being pretenders and not Super Bowl contenders. So my note moment goes to Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys fans thinking that they may still be a Super Bowl contender. Get out of here.
You have got to be kidding.
All right, Coach. You got some stuff going on in the background, so if you can minimize that noise, that would be great. But nevertheless,
what's going on? I don't hear anything.
We hear it.
My note moment goes to the Chicago Sky. You fired old Spoon, and she just had 1 year. She ain't been coaching them for 3 years, and they've been losing. She just had 1 year with this new team, couple of new rookies, couple of new players. You traded away one of her better shooters, Mabry, to another team, and you expected her to continue to win, and then you fired her because you couldn't win. Chicago Sky, that was not a good move. You should at least give her another year to try to get those rookies into shape and get that team rounded. So, note to the Chicago Sky.
The note moment goes to Chicago Sky.
No!
All righty. Amani, it's on you, sir. We're going to start this cope segment. My favorite segment for this week. Go ahead.
I'm going to talk about not the Falcons per se, but our fans. I understand that we all have high hopes, but let's break it down just a little bit. What fans don't understand is that we haven't been to the playoffs in 6-7 years, and that we kind of need to let this team build and get chemistry before we just up and start having heart attacks about games. It's okay to lose. Well, it's not okay to lose, but you have to understand the nature of the NFL. You're not going to win every game. That hasn't happened since the 64 Dolphins or something crazy like that. But we got to be more realistic with our expectations. I had to come to grips with that, and we all got to come to grips with that. You got to crawl before you walk. It's okay. All right? It's okay. Trust me. It'll be fine. Let this team build and get chemistry with each other. I'm coping with y'all because your expectations are up here when they need to be about right here. Just call it for what it is. Just call it for what it is.
I'm coping with the Atlanta Falcons fans too, but for another reason. Amani, I don't know what he was thinking about that take, but it's his take. I'm going in another direction. I'm coping with the fact that the Atlanta Falcons fans are harping on the PI call or no call on Sunday.
Not me,
Was
real.
the PI against Kyle Pitts? Probably so. Maybe Kirk Cousins could have thrown the ball higher to sell the call rather than throw the ball on the line. While throwing the ball on the line, you hit the Kansas City Chiefs DB. Throw it up. He's 6'6" for a reason. Utilize your team's height. That's how you can score in the red zone. But anyway, the reason why I'm really going in on the Falcons is this. Instead of harping on the fact that you missed a PI, how about harp on the fact that you got Kyle Pitts, 4th year, and he's been in decline ever since the 1st year. You have this man now on your team. He hadn't received 1,000 yards since his rookie season. He went from 1,026 to 356, 67, and after, was it 3 games? He only has 105 yards. That's what you need to be focusing on. Championship fan bases don't just harp about one call. You look at what your team is not doing to help your team to become better. And there's no excuse why Atlanta Falcons fans have allowed the coaching staff of past years and even this year off the hook, not learning how to properly utilize arguably one of the best talents at tight end, who happens to be Kyle Pitts. So until you all learn to have the right conversations, Falcons fans, this is why your team will not win a championship, because the fan base helps aid the management on what they need to be focusing on. And the airways should be blowing up in Atlanta on both sports talk radio shows on the FM dial, talking about how we continue to not use properly Kyle Pitts, but you probably focused all day Monday on the PI call that was not called. But if you properly utilize Kyle Pitts, guess what would have probably happened on that call? A flag would have been thrown because he would have gotten the star treatment that he should be. I digress. That's why I'm coping with Falcons fans not knowing the right conversation to have to put your team in a better championship position.
The doors of the church are open.
Rev, you know it ain't all of us. You never told me one time cry about that PI call. So admit that I was with you. I'm saying we had plenty of chances after that PI call to win. So you know me, I don't sit there and just cry about the rest. I mean, if we have a chance to win, take advantage. If not, I'm not gonna sit up here and cry about a call in the first quarter, a call in the second quarter, some PI call that didn't even matter when we had multiple chances to win after that. So I'm with you on that. I'm not as emotionless as you, but you definitely have a point on that. So it ain't all of us now. Red one crying. I'm with you. I hate the crybabies.
You're right.
I hate the crybabies after the game.
Yeah, because you had a chance to. I mean, you had a chance to. You had a chance to win the game, and that's the bottom line. I mean, when you 4th and 1, I didn't really like the play call, but when you 4th and 1,
inches. It's 4th and inches, not even 4th and 1.
And you chose to use Bijan instead of your power back. I mean, it's just like, what are you doing? I understand that Tyler Algier might have, missed a block on that play, but it has to be perfectly executed.
He shouldn't even been out there blocking. That man a running back. You got blocked on the block. What you gonna put it in his hand to block for?
And they ran a counter.
And it was a counter. So when you run a counter, somebody pulling from the other
pulling
side.
The ball back out to go around when you just need a few inches.
Yeah, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. But
how about the $40 million man get the tush push right there to preserve the drive?
It's inches. All you need is anyway. We can talk about this all day. That's why I didn't want to. We can talk about this.
Rev, I was more mad at that last play than I ever
facts,
that PI call in the end zone. You got to make the right when you got opportunities to beat KC. Even with the PI call, we still had them on the rope. The defense had been playing solid all game long.
All game.
And then on top of that, why did Raheem not kick that field goal when we was in the red zone the previous possession when we just would have just needed a field goal to win at the end? So you see, all of those things come back to bite you when you playing a team like KC. You don't give away points. You don't leave points on the field. You take everything that they give you and hope for a chance to win at the end of the day. And the Falcons had it, and they blew it. So fans, Rev is right. Stop crying about that PI call because you look so weak. You sound like losers. Move on and just get ready for the Saints game.
No doubt.
Learn from
Coach,
it.
what do you
Hopefully,
coach
coaching
with?
staff learn from it.
Oh, y'all done? Oh, okay. My coat moment is for one, unfortunately, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, you are about to be your namesake's phrase. You about to get your namesake's phrase tossed at you, Russell Simmons. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night. Because Justin Fields is taking over this team, sir. And you are going to be, you're not an expensive backup. You only cost you $1 million. But hey, it was nice, Russ. We ready when you ready. So we ready when you ready. So I'm going with Russell Wilson.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Now, Coach, I'm not going to let you just celebrate. I'm not just going to let you celebrate because you were on the Russell Wilson train to be the starting quarterback.
Okay.
So we're not going to let you off the hook right there. Don't act like you called it all of a sudden. You know, you want to say Russell Wilson. Nope. What?
I was going with Russell Wilson
what?
from the start. But Justin Fields has right now so far exceeded expectations of the quarterback. He got his shot and he's taking advantage of it. I wanted Wilson to start because I knew he had.
So he wound up being the better choice. He wound up being the better choice.
Yeah, right now everything's working fine. 3-0 is 3-0. So hey,
all right, because you know you probably wouldn't be 3-0 if Russell was the quarterback.
Yeah. Well, we got the number one.
Probably
We got the number one defense in the league. So hey, that helps out.
It does. It also what helps out is having a quarterback who can get extra yards with his feet. That helps out a whole lot too. So I just wanted, before you took your victory lap, I just had to remind you were going with Russell.
No, I was just coping with Russell Wilson not being able to, probably won't be able to get that starting job back unless something very drastic happens. That's why I said the coach.
You can't go back.
Your cope is fair. I just wanted to remind you before you started smiling too much that you wanted Russell though. That's all. I had to hold you accountable.
You can't go back.
3-0.
You can't go back.
All right, Red, finish this segment out, man. What are you coping with?
Well, after I guess this will be my second cope because I was pretty much coping with Ray of the fans too. But it look like I'm gonna have to repeat another Ray of dope note cope because I'm coping with after that great clutch Max Fried performance last night. I'm gonna have to cope with that might be his last performance in a Braves uniform. And even if we make the playoffs, I'm going to have to cope with this might be his last season in a Braves uniform. And I'm a huge Max Fried fan. I was a fan. I've been a fan of his since he struck out 11 San Diego Padres about 5 or 6 years ago. And this guy has just proven himself to me time and time again. He was the pitcher on the mound when we clutched the World Series in 2021. He was the pitcher on the mound when we possibly clutched another playoff spot last night. So Max Fried is clutch. To me, you don't let those pitchers go. I don't care what reasoning you have. You just don't. Pitchers like that you can put out there in clutch moments and you don't have to feel like, man, we got Max on the mound. We need this game. All right, we feeling good. Those pitchers don't come around that often, okay? Now, for everything we got in Sale, Schrader, Lopez, and I ain't even thinking about Uncle Charlie. You can't say without a shadow of a doubt, Coach Chia, Uncle Charlie is trash. Without a shadow of a doubt, that those other pitchers can be as clutch as Fried in those moments because we haven't seen them for those other guys yet. We've seen it from Fried. We don't know how Spencer gonna pitch in the clutch. We don't know how Sale gonna pitch in the clutch. We haven't really seen Schrader pitch in the clutch. We seen Uncle Charlie, but that was on the team. So sorry, Coach. But anyway, Max Fried is the guy, and I will be coping with him being on, and I will be so sad and be coping very hard if Max Fried is not an Atlanta Brave next season and the seasons to come, because I think he is one of the best that ever come through our organization. Did that rain real for Hurricane?
That was rain. Raining on the performance last night because it may be his last one. Let me just say two things. One, Uncle Charlie did pitch well for us when we won the World Series in 21. He did. He got hurt in an epic performance. He did do well. He's trash now, to be honest. He's trash now, but he did pitch well for us in 21. The second thing is Max Fried has had clutch moments, but those clutch moments haven't been where they need to be for the type of money he's going to be asking. That's where the rub is. Like, and plus he's 32. Do we want to pay him 30 plus million at 32 with a history of being injury plagued? That's the question the Braves got to ask.
Man,
So
I ain't
that's
know he
something
was
we
so
got to think
old, man. I wish he was like younger. Maybe if he was 28,
He
I
ain't
think
no
it's
26. He ain't 20. No doubt. No doubt. But he's 32, man. So I don't know. All right. Let's go to Reverend Knight Nation. Reverend Knight Nation been chiming in. They got some good comments here on today.
They finally showed up.
Let's see what
They overslept this morning.
they showed up. They woke up, and now they showing up. Here it is. Red. Some of words of advice. Winston said, go left. Need to move over to the left a little bit more.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can be center. Yeah, that's
Sorry,
what I'm trying to say. He said, Joe Rock, what's up, bro? He said you forgot about those Red Wings coming up too.
We all do
Detroit
hockey
Red
out here.
Wings hockey team in Detroit. Winston Thor said, do you actually celebrate that win against us, or do you recognize that KC should really be 1-2, if not for the help of Rev? Hold on. Okay. So now you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways, Winston. Now you're gonna say the Chiefs should be 1-2. So you crying about a PI that was not called against the Falcons, but then you're gonna poo-poo on the PI that was called when the Cincinnati Bengals pass interfered the player for the Chiefs. So you can't have it both ways and say we 1-2. Because the bottom line is it was a PI. That wasn't. All right, that was the end of the game. Now with the Falcons, they did not call a PI. It should have been called a PI. But was that the last play of the game? No. How many possessions did the Falcons have afterwards?
2.
2 possessions. Got to the red zone both times, scored in the memory of my late basketball coach, John Otis, nothing. They scored nothing after having 2 possessions after the PI should have been called. Come on, bro. So,
well, I mean, Rep, I get it. 2 things can be true at the same time, but yeah.
Should they be 1-2? No.
No.
Is that true? No.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying with the PI, 2 things can be true at the same time, with not the PI not being called, and then at the same time, the Falcons not being able to capitalize when they got the ball back. I mean, but the PI didn't determine the outcome of the game, because just like we did with the Eagles the previous week, we came back on the last few plays of the game and won that game. We could have did the same thing with Kansas City.
Right.
So
it should have been called, but it didn't lose us the game.
Yeah.
It could be argued the Falcons should be 0-3 if we're gonna do hypothetical.
Oh yeah, easy. We could be.
The Eagles gave the Falcons game away.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't like to do hypotheticals, real.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
I don't know if we want to do hypothetical records, Winston. It ain't gonna look good for the Falcons. All right, let's leave them.
That's why I tell Falcons fans, stop saying a lot of what ifs, because folks can do what ifs with us too, and it won't look that good. So don't do all these what ifs now.
Yeah. Nando doping on Caitlin Clark, 22, being blamed for racial threats that her fan bases allegedly are making towards the feminist nation WNBA. That's interesting.
Hey, you doping
I
on
was
that,
going to
Nando?
dope on Caitlin. I was going to dope on Caitlin being the unanimous rookie of the year, but Matt Freed had to give him some love. No people's 13 points won't win Georgia game today. Roll Tide, fellas, man. He is really an Alabama fan. I can tell.
Dude, you really hopping on that 13 points. You really think y'all going to slow down defense like that?
It's the second time he's already made that statement, and we haven't even gotten to it yet. I agree, Amani is all officiating the WNBA 2 shoots. Clark gets hit in the eye for no call at all. Nando's also coping. Atlanta Falcons have to win Sunday. 34-16 Falcons rise up. Jerry says, I'm noping on Cam Newton commenting saying he should get 2 gold jackets if Eli gets a fan. Stop. Look at Rev rocking the KC. Wow. If you paid attention, man, I'm a Mahomes guy. I made that statement 3 years ago when people like Jerome Case tried to say I was the curse when Kansas City got blown out against the Bucs in the Super Bowl. I had to wear that. I had to deal with that. So now, after they won 2 Super Bowls, they don't want more Super Bowls with Mahomes since I've been riding with him than they did before I started riding. So I'm going to ride the Chiefs till I can't ride no more. Here we go, moving on.
Anyway,
aside from that, there was contact prior to the ball. Was that DB never turned around to see the ball, declining due to poor coaching and poor QB play. You're not gonna get any argument from me. This should have been a PI call. But if y'all learn how to use Kyle Pitts better, he would get superstar calls. If you put Travis Kelce in the same position, they would have called that PI against Travis Kelce because he's a superstar.
I think so.
You all have minimized, the coaches have not found a way to maximize Kyle Pitts' strengths, his talent, his unicornness, if you will. And that's why you get that call.
Unicornness.
Yeah. Lots of mistakes made by just one call, right? I agree, Tony. Good morning, Sister Harris. Glad to have you. Good morning, Maurice Throw, glowing with his Canes being undefeated still. We would have won that game on lots of different plays. Facts. Moving on. Jerry says coping with fans saying the refs not calling the PI cost his game. Coach Rob, please go for the points. And is Kyle Pitts a bust? I don't know if he's a bust. I think the bust is the coaching staffs.
No.
I don't think he's a bust.
Kyle Pitts is a victim.
He's not gonna get a chance to prove he's not with this team, bro. He's gonna have to go to another team to prove.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is a victim of bad front office organization.
Right. I think he's a victim of circumstances. He's a victim of his own health because he started out with 1,000 yards with Matt Ryan. He started out with a veteran quarterback. Second year, you're injured, but you didn't have no veteran quarterback. You had Marcus Mariota. Third year, you're still struggling in Arthur Smith's system, but you got Desmond Ritter as a quarterback. That's not going to help you either. This year, you got a veteran quarterback in Kirk Cousins, but at this point, fans so frustrated. We know I don't think we're going to give you the money because you've been so disappointed in the previous 2 seasons. You're just not consistent, Kyle Pitts. Such as a point that you got fans like Rev chastising you, chastising your quarterback, chastising your coaching staff because none of you guys together can come together as one and figure this out, okay? So Kyle, as a player, you're the one that's going to have to suffer because the Falcons can't not give you a bag, okay? It would be completely asinine and salary cap irresponsible for the Falcons to get this man a bag at this juncture in his career. So he's going to have to, he might be able to prove himself, but he's going to have to prove himself with another team.
We got to move, fellas, because we got these games we got to put in by college before 12 o'clock kickoff. As a Raiders fan, we decline your own demise, same as the Falcons, wrong type of coaches with the right talent. Joe also said, y'all talking about running the ball. Have you seen what Luke Getz is trying to do with the Raiders? Laugh out loud, I'm embarrassed. He's having some Raiders blues over there. What's up, Harris? He's doping on Max Fried. Big game pitching last night. Noping on the Falcons. Still can't get 4th and 1 for the last 4 years. Ridiculous coping if the Braves, UJ Falcons don't win this weekend. It's going to be a sad week.
Oh, boy.
Jerry says Sierra's done at least a Steelers of 3-0. Anthony Corey says we have seen the Braves lose in the clutch. The coach's corner, what's going up? We don't give a deal
What's
about
up,
the call with the
what's up, coach?
Bengals. I know you don't, but you do give one against the Chiefs. I understand. That's why the Chiefs are 3-0 and the Falcons are 1-2. Moving on. The Falcons lost anytime you count on the refs to win. You lose it. Coaching lost that, and Kirk is the Achilles of his new Falcons team. That's right. 4th and inches. How about running the quarterback sneak? Just a suggestion. What's up, fellas in San Diego? VP forgot the time difference, the gavel, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure that you're having a fine episode thus far. You can still hit the gavel. That'll be helpful. Moving on. Winston Thornton says, I completely agree. The PI against the Bengals was a PI for sure, but the PI versus the Falcons was egregious. Was it that egregious?
Oh, you had a chance to win the game.
Should have been the 1 yard line. We would have changed. Well, you still would have given Pat Mahomes the ball. We given Pat Mahomes the clutch in the biggest stages be able to come back. So let's not guarantee that the PI is called. What's that? You wouldn't say what?
No, I was about to say the same thing. You would have gave Patrick Mahomes the ball back with a minute left?
Yeah. Yeah,
more time
and I didn't want to score a touchdown like that. Y'all gonna have
I'm not
too
saying
much
our
time.
defense isn't good, but Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes against the best defenses.
Yes.
But hey, now talk about money. Had we known they were gonna go 3 and out the next series, I would have been happy with touchdown, knowing our defense was gonna hold them to 3 and out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But we didn't know that, real. We didn't know that.
The play call. If they were down, they wouldn't have relied on the running game. They would let Pat probably do something to assure the fact that the ball was in his. So it's different play call than when you're down versus when you're up. So you know, let's at the end of the day, yes, it's a PI, but let's not act like if the Falcons would have got the ball on the 1 yard line, they would have scored because they couldn't get 4th and inches. Let's go there. 2, it wouldn't have. Let's not act like the Chiefs wouldn't have a chance to go back down the field score. So that one play would not have determined the game. It could have helped the Falcons get up, yes, no doubt about it. All right, allow the 6'6" TE to climb the ladder and do it. That's right. Kirk was saying too many Hail Marys on that play and prayers weren't answered. Winston says 2 things can be true at the same time. Saying what Armani said, facts, that's true. Nah, dude, the rest beat us. Come on, stop that. Stop that the whole time. But see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. But we're not having a conversation how the Falcons have not learned how to use Kyle Pitts in 4 years. That's having lived in Pennsylvania now, after living in Atlanta for 32 years, I now see the difference between fans holding managements accountable, and Falcons fans do not do that. And this is why y'all keep talking about a PI, but y'all not looking at that's just one game. How many more games could you win if you learn how to use Kyle Pitts? How many more games could the Falcons win if you all learn how to use Kyle Pitts? You talking about one play instead of 17 games, and still don't know how to use them after 3+ seasons now. That's the wrong.
Hey, I do you one better, Rev. This the same organization that thought that a 3rd round pick deserved the keys to the driver's seat of the franchise. We talking about the same organization. Exactly. Come on,
can we move past that now? Come on, y'all. We try to forget the past.
Whoever said poor QB play, do me a favor, never talk about my team again because you have no clue. Jerry says you are correct, Dr. Rev, about Kelsey would have gotten that PI call. Anthony Corey, nope. On training an offensive quarter with a new old head coach. VP is doping on Justin Fields, ignoring the doubters while doing his job leading the Steelers. Revenant Nation vote to allow coach to use the number 2 in his numerology segment. Winston says Pitts is a victim of playing a dependent position. He can't throw himself the ball. He'll be extended after we 5th year him. First pick of the TF's regime. He's not going anywhere. I hate to tell y'all.
I hate to tell you, Winston, the fact that you want him still around, y'all crazy. If the Falcons give Kyle Pitts a bag, that'll be the worst thing they ever did.
The real conversation is that Kyle Pitts is not being used correctly, poorly developed player at his position. I can agree with that.
Yeah, we agree. That's why you got to get
Kyle Pitts. Dude couldn't separate oil from water.
I
He
guess
means
he
he
ain't
can't
got
get
separation.
He can't get separation.
The only way
Rev,
y'all can say that
move on, Rev.
No.
Hold on.
Go
Let me
ahead,
get
Ray.
this one point. But the only point that can be made is this.
Oh,
We know at one point Kyle Pitts could play. You just don't get 1,000 yards if you can't play. Now, the true question could be, after Kyle Pitts' injury, as Red alluded to in year 2, will he ever be back to becoming the player he once was? That could be the question. Maybe the injury has slowed him down to the point where he'll never be back to being the same player he was as rookie. That could be the question.
He's gonna have to go to another team. Whatever he got to prove, he's not gonna prove it here. He's not gonna reach the pinnacle.
Look at who threw him when he got injured. Let's go back. Look at who threw him the ball to get injured.
Matt Ryan.
Nope.
Sister Harris is doping on Shedeur Sanders' Hail Mary touchdown pass, his teammates catch, and Travis Hunter's game, getting the turnover. Yeah, that was a great play. I just don't expect too much from Colorado after that. Pitts will get a bag from us, but it'll be on a T scale, not a tweener scale like Kelsey.
Why do you even want him to get a bag? Why would you want Pitts to get a bag from the Falcons? He ain't done nothing to earn no bag. Why are you trying to tie up our salary cap into a player that really hardly anybody have any faith in, and the dude have been having injury problems and cohesion problems since he's been here? That's the last player we need to give a bag to. I'd rather give a bag to Drake London than Kyle Pitts.
All right, let's move on to our coach.
That fourth overall pick. That's what it is. But anyway,
we just have to accept that as a mistake.
All right,
go ahead, Red.
We're moving on, Red. We're moving on.
Okay,
college picks. The game's about to start in just a moment. We will show what we did last week. Here we go. Red, yes. You actually tied. I'm sorry. That's pro football. My bad.
Oh, get it!
My bad. We all went 3-3 last week because we all picked the same teams.
Oh, man, okay.
So we all got let down by my coach's USC team, who had that game, should have won. We got let down by Oklahoma State, and we got let down by Kansas State. So Armani and Rev are tied for first place, 15-6. And just to let y'all know what those numbers on the end of the overall record mean, that's the amount of times someone has had the best record or tied for the best record for the week, which will help determine our tiebreaker at the end if we have a tie instead of flipping a coin like we've done in years past. So Rev and Amani have won the week twice, while Coach and Red have won the week only one time. Red and Coach are tied for second place. Okay. So everybody's very much in the running. We still got a lot of college football to determine. So we're going to add on to our records on this day. Revenite Nation, you can feel free to join us. And to close that, Winston said this about Pitts. When have you ever heard me say that I want Pitts here? I said he will get the bag, not that I want him, and Pitts will shine somewhere else. All right. We got all the Kyle Pitts talk out. That wasn't one of our scheduled topics, but we had a lot of Kyle Pitts, and I guess I stirred up that conversation through my coat moment. Nevertheless, let's get to some college football picks. Armani, since I'm hosting today, I'm going to give you the option. Since we're tied, do you want to go first or do you want to go last in the picks?
I'll go last.
Yeah.
He goes last. All right. So I'll go right before you, Armani. All right, here we go. Gentlemen, let me give you some pick'em music so we can rock this thing on out. Revenite Nation, feel free to join us as we pick these college football games. And once we get to the last game that we pick, we'll have a little discussion real quick on that game because it's too big of a game not to have a little discussion on it. All right, so here we go. Let's do it. First game. We'll start with Coach. Who you got, sir? Oklahoma State or Kansas State?
I'm going with Oklahoma State. I think they got to do a little rebounding after last week. And Kansas State, I'm not sure. Somebody's hurt them. I got to find out who it is, but I'm going Oklahoma State.
Coach got Oklahoma State. Who you got, Red?
I think I'm with Coach because I wasn't too impressed by their showing at BYU last year. And Oklahoma only lost by 3 at home, but they play more. Seems like they play more competitive than KSU right now. And KSU got some injuries. Then I'm gonna go for the Mullet to rebound after this loss last. Come on, Mullet. I know you're on the road, but you a man. You 40. Let's go.
That's funny. That's funny right there. Oh, man, this is a tough one because in college football, whenever it's a toss-up, I typically lean to whoever has home field advantage. Oklahoma State's coming off a bad loss. Kansas State is at home. So I'm going to just go and stick with my guns. I'm going with Kansas State since they're at home. Plus, they're a 6-point favorite. So I'm going to rock with that favorite. I'm going with Kansas State. Amani, will you unmute yourself so you can give us your pick, please? Who you got, Kansas State or Oklahoma State?
Oklahoma State. I mean, they got Oklahoma State has to start taking advantage of that division as well. I'm not saying that, like teams like Utah and all them aren't good, but they got to start taking advantage of that division at the end right now. And I think Oklahoma State, they'll get this win at Kansas State.
All right, on to the next. Red, it's on you. Arkansas versus Texas A&M. Rebel Knight Nation, I'm coming to you after this next pick. Who you got?
I guess I'll go with Texas A&M. I mean, they're at home. I don't know too much about either one of these teams. Except one of them had a bad loss the first game, but they rebounded a bit. And Arkansas, I'm gonna go with Texas A&M. I'm gonna go with Texas A&M. They're on a little streak right now, and they're at home. I'm gonna say they keep the streak going. Arkansas, I don't really know too much about the team or any players they have. I see they got a few. They got some wins. They beat Auburn, but they lost to the Mullet, and then they lost to some other clowns too. So now I'm gonna rock with Texas A&M this week. Come on with Texas A&M.
Yeah, Texas A&M at home can't ever defeat the 12th man in this kind of matchup. Plus, not too excited about Arkansas' 2 victories. You only beat UAB by 10. Only beat Auburn by 10. That doesn't sound like they are primed to go on to College Station and beat Texas A&M. So I'm rocking for you, Red. I'm going with Texas A&M. Amani, who you got?
Yeah, I'm on the same train. I'm not going to take on much time. I'm just going to Texas A&M at home.
Coach, to wind this up, are you making it unanimous, sir?
Yes, sir. Arkansas hadn't got an incredible win, so I'm going A&M.
All right, Brother Knight Nation, first game, they got Vincent Woodruff got Oklahoma State. Anthony got Kansas State. Jerry got Oklahoma State. Brother Dana Johnson got Oklahoma State. Maurice Thrower, the Prime Minister, got Oklahoma State. Nando got Oklahoma State. Winston Thornton on the right side of this conversation got Kansas State. Anthony Corey got Texas A&M next game. VP got Texas A&M. The coach's corner says, as a Texas fan, I cannot root for any Oklahoma team. All right. Dana Johnson got Texas A&M. Winston Thornton got Texas A&M. Nando got Texas A&M. Where else we got?
All right.
Maurice Thor, he says Texas A&M in a close one. Jerry, Texas A&M. The coach's corner can't rock with A&M either. All right. Maceo from the Crush. What's going on, Maceo? Says Arkansas is terrible. All right, on to the next game. It's on me. Illinois versus Penn State. Even though Illinois is ranked, they're playing solid football. I got to go with Penn State at home. Illinois had a good story, but I just don't see them going into Death Valley, defeating the Penn State Lions with their home crowd. So I'm rocking with Penn State to beat Illinois. Who you got, Amani?
Yeah, I'm going Penn State. James Franklin got to start coming up and learning how to start winning some big games. And I think this is not necessarily a big game, but I mean, to stay at number 9, and I think they'll have a chance to go to the college football playoffs this year. Hopefully, they got to win games like this. So I'm gonna go Penn State.
On you, Coach. Who you got, sir?
Jared Franklin's ready to fall sometime soon. He's gonna have one of them games that everybody looking at him, but he ain't gonna fall this time. Illinois got a strong game going. They undefeated, but it's time for a loss. Penn State.
Red, are you making Penn State unanimous?
Yes, unanimous. I didn't even realize they were the number 5 team in the country, man. Yeah, James Franklin, you gotta win this game at home. Now you lose this game, and you might just get fired, man. Because you have to win this game at home.
All right, on to the next game. We're coming to you, Reverend Knight Nation, after this pick. Number 15, Louisville versus number 16, Notre Dame. It's on you, Amani. I'm sorry, it's not on you, Amani. You just went. My bad. It's on you, Coach. Who you got?
Brother, Mr. Freeman. You said you want to get to the playoffs. Here's your chance right here. The loser of this game is pretty much a done deal. I'm going to go with Freeman and pull it out against Louisville. Louisville got that wide open offense that's scoring a lot of points. I don't think they're going to score that many on Notre Dame. I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
Red, on you. Who you got, man?
Yeah, I'm with Notre Dame. After making Northern Illinois coach turn into a crybaby 2 weeks ago, Notre Dame haven't lost since, and I don't think they need to lose. They're probably not going to lose. That was a wake-up call for the team, for Coach Freeman. He's at home. He's not going to lose again in front of his home crowd. Not to a Louisville team. He'll be ready. Notre Dame will be ready. Louisville, you're going down today. Both teams will have the same 4-1 record after today. No. Notre Dame have better.
I'm riding with you, Coach. I'm going with Notre Dame. Can't be impressed with Louisville's 3-0 victories over Appalachian State, Jacksonville State, and Georgia Tech. Not an impressive resume to me. I don't see them going in to South Bend to beat Notre Dame. Plus, Notre Dame understands this is a must-win after that terrible loss against Northern Illinois at home. They did redeem themselves, beating Purdue in such profound fashion, and they know that this is a must-win. So I'm going to trust Coach Freeman to get his boys ready to defend home field advantage and have a victory over the Louisville Cardinals. Armani, who you got, man?
I'm gonna make it unanimous. I'm going Notre Dame. Notre Dame, you can't lose at home. You know what I mean, and expect to make the CFP. And I think they're another team that could also jump into that race. So I'm going Notre Dame at home. Plus, I think Freeman, it's good. It's kind of good to lose early in the season, so you can kind of get that wake up call, get that gut punch, and be like, okay, all right, we ready. All right.
All right, let's go to Reverend Knight Nation. Previous game, Penn State against Illinois. Coach's corner got Penn State. Dana Johnson got Penn State. The VP got Penn State. Jerry got Penn State. The VP said Happy Valley's going to be rocking. Nando said not too fast, fighting the Illini. Anthony Corey got the Illini. Maceo heard, you heard it from the Crush report. Illinois has better QB play, fighting the Illini. Drew Aller is awful, so he's going with Illinois. Maurice Thrower has said Illinois is a much improved team. We'll see. Winston Thornton says Penn State in a blowout. On to the next game. Louisville versus Notre Dame. Danny Johnson got Louisville, the coach's corner.
Wow.
Got Notre Dame. Jerry Martin got Louisville. Winston Thornton from the I-Touch got Notre Dame. Londo got Louisville. Maurice Thor got Louisville. Vincent Woodruff.
Y'all crazy.
The Irish
Y'all trying to get Coach Freeman fired.
Maceo got Louisville. And Anthony Corey says Notre Dame on 4. All right,
Y'all trying to
gentlemen,
get Coach
9
Freeman
minutes
fired.
to talk about this. All right, gentlemen, we're going to cut the music off right here because we know this is arguably the biggest game in this short season so far. Georgia versus Alabama. This game is in Alabama. We know that there's a new sheriff in Alabama, and his name is Brother DeBoer. And we know that Kirby Smart has not lost to too many people besides Nick Saban, and Nick Saban is now an analyst for ESPN Game Day. So with that being said, we got 9 minutes, and we're going to put everybody on a time frame. That means everybody got 2 minutes and 15 seconds to let their piece be said. After 2:15, you will get muted. Here we go. So we know that there are 2 Georgia fans on the panel, one diehard Alabama fan, and Coach, he got USC. Unfortunately, his team is not in the talking about big games anymore. You know, that was in the past. But we can say good thing about Reggie Bush getting his Heisman back. We can't say that. That was the good old days.
We ranked number 13.
But moving forward.
Right back. No problem.
All right.
That would be out the playoffs, Coach.
All right. So
That don't mean nothing. It's just first.
with that being said, Coach, we're going to let you start. What do we have to look forward to in this game? Your 2 minutes and 15 seconds starts now. Go.
One thing about it, Georgia went against a Kentucky team that has a decent defense and only scored 13 points. That was, I don't know if that was a game to make them open their eyes and say we got to do something different or what. Carson Beck, you're gonna have to play the game of your life this week because Miro and company got everything on their side the way it's looking. They got the home crowd. They got that, like John Witherspoon said in Friday, momentum, and a lot of stuff is going Alabama's way. Georgia gonna give them it's gonna be a game. Now Georgia ain't gonna score 13 points on Alabama. I don't believe so. But the key to this game is gonna be a kid that gonna come up who should be playing in his high school homecoming. 17-year-old Ryan Williams. Watch his name get called a whole lot today for Alabama. Ryan Williams, you're gonna hear that name a lot. And he's gonna make some strides and gonna do some damage. So I'm going with Alabama.
Coach is going with Alabama, baby. All right, Red, who you got?
Who I got?
And why?
Oh, okay. Okay. This ain't gonna take too much time. Look, Saban is retired, and the SEC has now become the Kirby Football Conference. Okay, we ain't scared of no Kyle DeBoer or whatever his name is. Okay, is he gonna have that Saban magic? Because that was the only thing I was ever fearful of Alabama. It was that Saban magic, that Saban motivation. When we down, even if we was winning, I would be fearful of what Nick Saban would say at halftime to get these kids motivated to come out there and beat us down. I don't give two boo-boos what Kyle DeBoer is saying to these guys before the game, during the game, or after the game, okay? Because you were coaching Washington last year, and I know my team would have beat the Washington team, and I know my team gonna beat your Bama team, Coach. Okay, we ready. Y'all embarrassed us. Y'all kept us from three-peating last year, and we got vengeance on the mind. You understand? Remember that scene in Cape Fear Coach and Rev with De Niro held out his arm in the jail cell, and you saw them tattoos on his arm, and you saw vengeance is mine. That's what's coming for the day. That's what we're doing. Kirby is Robert De Niro in Cape Fear with all those tattoos on him. Turn around, it's a big cross because we praying, we kneeling down, and we worshiping Kirby as the God he is. And we holding out his arms. Vengeance is mine, and vengeance will be ours today. You hear me? You roll turds. Vengeance will be the Bulldogs today. I don't care if it's our house, your house, the outhouse. We gonna beat the brakes off you turds, and we gonna get our momentum, and we gonna get our #1 seed in back. Do you understand? It is a new sheriff in town. That's it. How many more minutes I got? Oh, let me wrap it up. It's on. UGA wins, no doubt about it. Go Dogs! Woo, woo, woo. UGA, baby. Woo!
Armani.
Let me preface this by saying that Kirby Smart is the best coach now that Nick is gone and nobody's accomplished what Kirby's accomplished. But today the X factor is going to be what Coach said, and that's Ryan Williams. I mean, the kid is special, and also Jalen Milroe. Kirby Smart seems to have a problem stopping running quarterbacks. So with the combination of Alabama having good to great receivers and then having a dual threat quarterback and having a bend but don't break defense, I think Alabama's going to come out on top today. You in hostile territory. No, Caleb DeBoer did not come under the Nick Saban or one of the great trees, but I mean, he is a proven winner. He's 25-2 in top 25 games. He is a good coach. And I think he's the man. He was the right guy for the job. So with that being said, I think Alabama's going to come out on top today. And I think it's going to be a score of, I'm going to say 31-21 Alabama.
So they got him a 10-point favorite.
Wow.
So y'all know I'm down with Georgia.
Real, come back to me so I can give a score prediction.
Go ahead and give your score prediction real quickly. You got 5 seconds.
35.
5 seconds.
35-15. 35-15.
Red gave a 20-point win. Okay. All right.
You got to be out of your mind to think that's going to happen. Oh, my God. That's just a fake prediction right there.
All right. Y'all know I rock with Georgia. I'm all for what Red talking about. Vengeance is mine. Kirby Smart has always been played by Alabama, has always been derailed by Alabama, may it be SEC championships. We understand that it was Alabama who took them out. We know there's a new sheriff in town. We know that they have gotten off to a good start. We've heard about Williams. He is a stud. We know that Georgia got studs on defense with Malachi Starks, who could help neutralize Brother Williams at the safety position. So we know all of this good stuff. Both Georgia and Alabama have great talent. So this is why I root for Georgia, but I'm sorry, Red. I'm going with Alabama. I got to put aside my fandom, and I got to put aside fandom, and I got to go with what I see. Here it boils down to me. Here's it boils down to me. I have no confidence in Carson Beck. And if I'm wrong, I'll be happily wrong. But I have to analyze the game and not fan the game. And as I analyze the game, here's the difference. I have no confidence in Carson Beck. To me, he's not a winner. I don't have any confidence in his leadership. When I look at this game, I believe it's going to come down to quarterback play. Do I have more confidence in Jalen Milroe or Carson Beck? It got to be Jalen Milroe. Milroe has played better in bigger games. He beat Beck in the SEC championship last year. He went to the semifinals against Michigan and almost beat Michigan, who went on to win the national championship. They took them to overtime. I see a Carson Beck who's overhyped. He should not be getting all this press. How in the world is he viewed as the #1 overall pick by some draft boards? What are they watching? It's absolutely insane.
Excuse me.
So we don't have that go-to guy like we had with Bowers, Travis Etienne, or Trevor. Which one is it, Trevor or Travis? Etienne.
Trevor.
That's plain. Trevor Etienne has not really had that big game yet. Georgia's run block has not shown itself to be formidable or dominating yet because they struggle against Kentucky running the ball. And they need to have a great running game to offset the weaknesses of Carson Beck. Everybody talks about his accuracy. Doesn't have the greatest arm strength. He's not greatest when it comes to fleet of foot. So this is why I have to lean toward, as an analyst, not a fan, but as an analyst, I got to roll with Roll Tide in my pick. But if I'm wrong, I will be happily wrong, and I will eat whatever crow I got to eat. I don't mind eating.
And I'll be cooking too, Red. Now, I say I'll be cooking that crow too. But I understand your analysis. You made some good points. I can't poo-poo what you said, because what you said is coming from a dude that's actually paying attention. I appreciate that. I like folks to pay attention to the game. That's right. Put me in the position where I can't come back and say anything, where I have to say, okay, that's a good point.
I got one last point before we leave.
Go ahead.
Because, Red, you and Georgia fans mentioned that Kirby is going to run the SEC. This is not the Nick Saban era of the 2010s where one school is getting all the recruits. Because that's why Alabama was able to go on a run. That time is over. You got Steve Sarkisian, who's a great recruiter. You got Kalen DeBoer, who many question what can recruit the South, is coming up with the arguably he's between them and Ohio State being the #1 recruiting team. You got Oklahoma coming up. I just don't think that Georgia, nor Alabama, nor Texas, there's no more of going to be one dominant team. I don't believe that. Not in.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what the rest of the show.
Those days are over. Nick Saban came in at a great time. It's just a different time in college football now. He's not good. Just run Kirby as much as I love Kirby. He's not just going to run the SEC no more. No, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. This is what it is.
Here it is, Amani. Amani, you make a good point. I think you missed one key element to why it won't be the same way it was.
Okay.
And that is we got Neil now.
Oh, yeah.
That's the difference.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
It's pay to play. So that's the big difference. And people are going to go to where they're going to get paid more so where they're going to play. It's about getting paid now. So if you got some studs already at certain positions at Alabama and UGA, and they would go to those schools just to sit on the bench and wait their turn. No, now they're going where they're going to get paid. So that's one of the biggest differences to enhance your point that you made. Your point is very valid. I just said I think Neil has more involvement than even coaching.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the difference. All right, here we go with the picks from Revenite Nation.
Okay.
Jerry has Alabama. Anthony Corey has UGA.
Yeah.
Winston has Bama. Anthony said rolling tears loading.
Love it, Anthony.
Nando, for the third time, he gives us his pick. He got some money better. He betting on this one.
Know your pick no more.
Maceo says, don't trust Bobo and his play calling, especially on the road. Give me Alabama. Dana Johnson got Bulldogs over the Turds. The VP says Roll Tide. The coach is going to Bama going to beat that AS squared. And Nando, Roll Tide. Red 13 won't win the game today, brother. Winston says 27.
We go 13.
Armani Maurice Scruggs said the Prime Minister give Big Al a hug before the game as the Prime Minister is picking Alabama to win. Georgia can't hang with them on offense. Joe, I got Georgia 27-24. Maester says Beck passes the eye test for NFL scouts. He looked great in the uniform.
Hey, and I got one more thing to say about Beck. No offense, but that sounds about white. That's all I'm gonna say.
VP says Reverend Doctor likes his crow and rotisserie style. Laugh out loud. Roll Tide.
He gonna get it barbecue style.
That last week, Winston. All right, man. So the picks have been made. We look forward to 7:30 on tonight. Real quickly, Coach.
Our money
we got
is
this
hiding
HBCU report. Real quickly.
It ain't a natty game.
Whenever you ready, sir.
Let's show some love to the HBCUs at this time.
Who's doing it? Coach or me? Coach, you got it, or you want me to do it?
I'm ready. Fire them up, Real.
All right, here we go, Coach. Get ready. Get set. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got some highly anticipated matchups in the SWAC this weekend. We got Alabama State against the Thune-Cookman Wildcats, ladies and gentlemen. We got a big one down, the State Fair Classic in Dallas, Texas. Grambling, who's playing surprisingly well, against Prairie View, who's playing well too. Alcorn comes to the Valley in our renovated stadium for the first home game against Mississippi Valley. And Jackson State is going to show they're the bigger Tigers against Texas Southern. Moving on. The MEAC, Delaware State, going against Campbell. Howard, who said they're ready to win it this year, going against out-of-conference Princeton. North Carolina Central takes on Norfolk State. I think that's the Central State Classic. Morgan State playing Stony Brook, who I don't know if they know how to team, but okay, moving on. NC A&T, against South Carolina State. A nice little border war right there. Moving on. In the SIAC, Miles plays Allen. Benedict comes to the house and plays Morehouse University. Clark Atlanta against Lane College. Kentucky State against Albany State. FOT take out our Folk Valley, taking on Savannah State at home. I hope they can play that game because Savannah has some issues with power down there. They have with the Hurricanes. I guess they're gonna still play it. And Tuskegee playing Edward Waters University. Edward Waters University. Moving on. In the CIAA, Shaw plays Virginia Union in Richmond. Livingston plays Lincoln, Pennsylvania, up near Rail. Bowie State plays Winston-Salem State. Fayetteville State against Virginia State. And finally, Johnson C. Smith, I've been say Johnson & Johnson for Puff Daddy, against the Bluefield State Bulldogs down there in Bluefield, Virginia. All right, that's our HBCU report. If you can, get out and watch one of those great games today.
All right, thank you, Coach, for reading the HBCU report. Now, let me tell you this. You will be banned from doing the HBCU report if you ever refer to Morehouse College as Morehouse University again. You will be banned. Okay?
I see. I knew that's where he was going. I knew that's where he was going.
I didn't even know. I thought you better say Puff Daddy.
Again.
Yes, sir.
No. The Puff Daddy was actually a funny reference, but he called my college. It's a college. We only offer bachelor's. Don't you ever call us Morehouse University. All right. Here we go. We got some more comments. We go to halftime. Good afternoon, Alexis. He said Bama by 3. Joe out. Said Archman looking stout. Winston said neither one of those teams want to see Texas. Well, Georgia will have to see it at some point. Vincent Woodruff said the Reverend Doctor likes his crow in rotisserie style. All right. And let's see. The VP said, well said, Lieutenant Sonar. Sister Harris said, do you all see that Morehouse is preparing to go Division I football and basketball? Don't believe the hypes, Mom. Don't believe it. They have to go in Division I in all sports. You can't just be Division I and just two sports. Morehouse don't have the money to do it. If they do it, all I'm going to say is remember Morris Brown College. That's all I'm going to say. Move forward. All sports programs don't make money. You got to make money. All right. The Coach's Corner brother going wild here. He said last week Ewell's not getting his job back. They're calling for it not to happen. Coach won't say he will start. He gets healthy. We need to see Arch Manning do it against a prime time team. So until he does it against somebody like, a big time team, I think Ewell's will get his job back. What's up, Uncle Steve? Glad to have you, sir.
Uncle Steve in the house.
Of what my nephew Armani looks like before he starts crying tonight. Go Dogs! 27. He goes on to say, and looking at your attire, I see who was cash apping the refs.
Oh.
You missed my conversation. That's the problem with you Falcons fans. Y'all having the wrong conversation, Uncle Steve. Shouldn't be about the PI. It should be about why we not using Kyle Pitts right going on year 4. But nevertheless, that's another story for another state.
I hate blaming the refs after the game. Can we stop? Come on, I'm coping with it now, Real. Can we stop blaming the refs after every foul? How about this, Falcon fan? No, let's not blame the refs for no more games. Any game we lose this season, even if it's their fault. Just get the refs out your mind. Stop looking at the refs to justify or to take the Falcons off the hook. Okay, stop blaming the refs. Jeez.
Amen. Amen. Here we go, man. Halftime. We thank y'all for joining us for the first half of the Red and Red Sports Show. We got some Falcon talk in unexpectedly about Kyle Pitts and the mishandling, also the ref. Also, we have some college football picks on the other side. We got some Major League Baseball we're talking. And also, we got some NFL football. So as Coach would say, stay tuned for the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show. We'll be right back. Gentlemen, we are back for the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red, you're up, brother. Get ready to do this Braves report. I'm going to ask you to kind of condense it just a little bit, so we can get on the other side with this football, okay? I know we got a lot to talk about.
Y'all already said most of it. I ain't got that much to say.
All right, we'll see if that's true. Let's move forward. Here we go, Red. Be ready. Oops, wrong one.
I'm ready.
All right, there we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Braves Report. And I'm not gonna hold you too long because we mostly got all the good points out earlier. But let's recap what we said. The Braves, winners of 4 straight, pretty much getting hot at the right time. You got to play the Mets. You got the Diamondbacks on your trail. You got the Mets on your trail. Those 2 teams got to lose for the Braves to get in. Well, the Braves been winning. The Mets, they don't lost 2 straight. Diamondbacks, they don't lost 4 or 5. And the Braves, they just keep chugging on right on along, baby. Like Rev told you earlier, we're tied for the wild card spot right now because of the win last night. Excellent performance by Max Fried. If the playoffs started today, the Braves will pretty much be in because we hold all the tiebreakers. We hold the tiebreakers against the Mets. We hold the tiebreakers against the Diamondbacks. Minnesota lost last night, so KC went ahead and clinched the playoff spot. So they probably gonna be resting players the next 2 games. So they probably not these 2 games, next 2 games in Atlanta don't matter to the Royals because they already in. So Braves, everything is setting up for you to do. And I think as of right now, Rev, if the Braves pretty much control their own destiny because if they win out, matter of fact, if they win the next 2, I think they might clinch. If they win out, they definitely in. So Braves is set up how you want to. Just win, and the playoffs are right around the corner. With this pitching staff, best ERA in baseball, tied with anyway. Definitely in the National League, 3.59. And guess what? We're one of the top teams in home runs now. Top 5 in home runs now. I mean, the other offensive numbers not going to be up to par, but the home runs are pretty much tops of the league. So home runs, timely hitting, pitching, and defense, those are the keys to win your championship. And the Braves possess them all. All they got to do is walk through that door, baby. So Braves, the doors open up. All you got to do your job and walk right on through it. And we have a chance to get that 3rd ring. The journey for the 3rd ring will begin. So let's do it. No more talking. Just chop, go Braves. And we'll see you next week when the playoffs begin.
Let me just add one more thing, Ray. You mentioned how KC no longer has anything to play for, but we also have to keep in mind that after the Padres beat the Diamondbacks, they don't have anything to play for because they locked up the wild card home field advantage. So
I'm hoping the Padres
that may work against
that division pride. Just beat the Diamondbacks because they're a division guy. You know how we would if it was the Phillies or the Mets.
Yeah. So we'll see. Now, one quick question I have for you: who would you rather the Braves see? Because they're going to be playing on the road. We already know that. If they make the playoffs, they're going to be playing on the road. So They'll either play the Brewers, who won the NL Central, or they'll be playing the Padres. Who would you want to see in a 3-game series on the road? All games will be on the road.
The Padres. Because the Brewers kicked our butts this year.
Over the Brewers?
I think we can have.
Okay.
You think, Coach, what you got? I mean, now I don't know. Maybe it's me. I mean, I remember the Brewers handling us this year. I don't think we played too well against them this year, but the Padres, I think we played a little better against them. Now that's. I mean, maybe I'm remembering wrong, Coach. You remember? I'm remembering wrong, Coach.
Padres hit better than the Brewers. They got better bats
Coach,
than the Brewers.
You rather?
I'd rather see the Padres. I mean the Brewers. Padres got better bats. I don't think the Brewers pitching is that strong either.
Well, they definitely made. Okay. They was making mistakes last night.
We'll see. Well, if the Braves win both games tonight and tomorrow, and the Diamondbacks lose at least one of them, the Braves will automatically go to the playoffs. It'll just be a matter of what seeding they will be when they play the Mets those 2 games on Monday. So the Braves just have to handle their business.
Win these next 2 and hope San Diego just win one more and we in.
Yeah, because you got the tiebreaker over the Diamondback.
That's right. I wanted Monday to not matter. Even if we had to play on Monday, I ain't want those Monday games to matter. So come on, San Diego, just win one more. We gonna take y'all business against KC. Y'all just need to win. Come on, Padres. I just need one more win from y'all.
Charlie Moore.
All right, there's a question.
What you say,
Jerry
Real?
says, great catch, Gresham Park Harris. Jeremy, what's going on? Jerry, what's going on?
What's up,
He
Jerry?
says, is Max Fried, Green Tomato really going to leave the Braves? And I think there's a chance he may leave.
I hope.
If the money is right. This is last payday. This is last payday.
Right. Yeah, I say with the circumstances, he probably will, and I'm gonna be so disappointed because he got to get paid. Man, got to get paid. He's earned a bag, so I can't take that away from him.
And we already can see that AA already showed his signing hand. If he sees you in the future, he signed you well in advance. Like, he didn't waste no time signing Strider. Right? He's already signed Strider for years.
Yeah.
Max Fried been on this roster just as long as anybody else that he signed long term. I think Fried came in either before, around the same time as Ronald Acuna Jr., Albies, all of them. And he signed all of them to big, long-term contracts and never did the same for Max Fried. So that lets you know AA ain't big Max Fried right now. We have the tiebreak over the Diamondbacks and the Mets.
It must be personal.
Now that tiebreaker's in jeopardy with the Mets because we have one game over them right now. So those two games could matter in playoff seeding, and even if the Braves go to the playoffs, if somehow the Braves don't handle business tonight and tomorrow. So it's still tricky. Still tricky. Last word, Red.
Is Charlie Morton pitching tonight?
No, Lopez is.
Oh.
Wouldn't matter.
Lopez is pitching. Lopez is pitching tonight. And then who's going tomorrow? Undecided.
Spencer.
So
Let's go Spencer.
Day by day.
But the fact that they ain't even telling you that Charlie Morton is pitching, let you know they feeling the same way about him as we are. Like, we can pass him up, and we can skip his start, we're gonna do it.
All right. Here we go. We go into our 5 for 5 segment. If the VP is still on, I already know Q Lunitz is coming up with the post. So we're going to Q Lunitz up with our 5 for 5 in just a moment. We got 5 hot topics that we're going to address. We got baseball, basketball, and football in our 5 for 5. The gentlemen will have 45 seconds solo screen to talk what they feel about that particular topic. Then 15 seconds group shot. And then once those 15 seconds are gone, if they're still talking, they will get muted. So here we go. We're queuing Lunitz. 5 on it. Our first topic. Oakland A's. The Prime Minister stepping in for the VP with the Q the Lunitz. We got you, sir. First topic, Oakland A's memories. The Oakland A's played their last game in Oakland Coliseum and will be moving to 2 other cities in the near future. We'll start with you, Coach. What you got memory-wise? Oakland A's.
I don't have but one memory for the Oakland A's. That's those smooth white uniforms they used to wear back in the day. Best uniform in baseball during that time, and white uniform.
All right, Amani, what you got?
I'm gonna be honest. Oakland A's, they've never really been good, so I really don't have any memories per se of them. So I mean, they've never been a formidable team that I can remember. So
Calm down, Coach.
Okay.
Calm down, Coach. Calm down, Coach. Calm down.
Go Red Hell.
Hey. All right, is it on me? Okay.
Yeah.
My first of all, my memories are the colors. The colors stand out because you don't have too many teams that bright green, lime green, and yellow. Second of all, the great players they had back in the day. The Reggie Jackson, the Jose Canseco's, the Mark McGuire. When I was a kid and first started watching baseball, Oakland A's was that was one of the top teams, best teams in baseball. You had some of the best players. Young black pitcher Dave Stewart, I think. So they had some players over there, money. They were one of the best teams back in the day. Yeah, they've been sorry now, but back in the day, like the 80s, early 90s, the Oakland A's were the truth. So I'm gonna remember those good days. I'm gonna remember the good times, the good days, and I'm gonna also remember Billy Beane during the later years, turning them and start winning again, but not spending that much money. So turning them into a formidable winner again, but not spending much money. I think Moneyball, the Moneyball team. So that's what I'm gonna remember from the Oakland A's history. I'm gonna remember the Moneyball era, and I'm gonna remember the Bash Brothers era.
All right, and we got some more help. Here you go, Darmani.
Yeah,
Ricky Henderson is what I remember about these days. All right. We queued it already, VP. The Prime Minister helped us out. Jerry said Oakland A's first time ever see fist bump instead of high five. Yep. Then we all started doing it. My memories of Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire being the original Bash Brothers with Dennis Eckersley being the closer. And even though it didn't happen at that stadium, Dennis Eckersley gave up one of the most memorable home runs ever for Kirk Gibson.
Yeah.
In the World Series.
Remember this, Almighty? Kirk Gibson running around the base doing this?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was hurt. He was hurt. He was hurt the whole game. And the Dodgers manager said, "Man, can you give me one swing, Kurt?" And Kurt was like, "Coach, I can give you one swing. I can give you one good at bat." Man, and Dennis Eckersley was the best closer in the game, Almighty. So you got to think, best closer in the game versus injured slugger. And man, one pitch, go! That was it. And the A's lost the whole World Series because of that one pitch, man.
Rev banned Jerry from the show.
What do you say?
Go back to his comment.
That didn't happen in Oakland. Actually happened in Texas.
Yeah, that happened in Texas, Jerry.
No, I'm talking about the other Jerry Martin. I'm talking about Jerry Martin.
Oh, what did the other
Jerry
Jerry? What did he say? Let me see what he said.
Well, okay, he went against Coach's numbers game. Here it is.
I dare you don't remember Reggie Jackson. You whippersnapper.
What?
Everybody.
Coach, remember now, Reggie wasn't the same player in Oakland that he was with the New York Yankees.
But he still
let's remember.
He was still playing.
He didn't have a lot of Octoberish moments with the A's.
He still was angry.
He wasn't called Mr. October because of what the A's. So we got to give Jerry a little pass. Most of Reggie's, because like Reggie used to play for the California Angels at one point.
Yeah,
Rev, that's why I was going to Rev.
So most of his memories with the Yankees.
And Rev, by the time he got with the Angels, Reggie was so unclutched. He was even unclutched as an assassin in the Naked Gun. He could even shoot the queen straight. Remember the Naked Gun, the assassin at the end he played?
No comment. Y'all leave my boy alone.
I must kill the queen.
That's right.
Yeah, Jerry said he was too young to actually see. He was too young to actually see Reggie playing with the A's. I knew he played for him. The VP said Ricky Henderson. That's all. Remember when Ricky left the Oakland A's financial department, bamboozled when they couldn't account for $1 million. They asked Ricky if he received the check. He said yes. I framed it. They asked to cash the check immediately. That's funny. All right, here we go, man. So Ricky helped our Mountie learn.
I learned a lot.
All right, man. That was some basketball that took place yesterday. A big trade. Red, it's on you, Carl Anthony. It's going to the Big Apple. What says you, Red? Go.
Man, this was surprise. I'm not gonna say a shock because you're never too shocked with NBA trades because only a few players have no trade clauses. So basically, anybody can get traded at any time. But it still was a surprise being that the success that Timberwolves had last season. I mean, the first conference finals made in over 2 decades. Anthony Edwards came on his own, looking like Karl Anthony Towns and Ant-Man was developing some chemistry together. I mean, they had to move anybody. I would have thought it would have been Gobert or somebody, especially with the emergence of Nas Reed and Kyle Anderson as formidable big man. I thought Gobert's butt would have probably been moved up out of there. But I guess not. I guess Towns and Ant-Man aren't going to be this duo. I guess Ant-Man said, let me try Julius Randle and DiVincenzo out. So I guess they're looking for more scoring and more shooting around Ant-Man. And I guess they're going to be okay with Gobert and Kyle Anderson's defense. So, all right, Towns, you've been on the trade block for a while. Now you're going to the Big Apple. And, boy, you try that lazy stuff in New York, and they're going to call you out. So good luck to you, Towns, and good luck to the Timberwolves.
Armani, what you got?
This kind of reminds me of when the Knicks traded for Carmelo, but Carmelo's a little bit more consistent than Karl Anthony Towns because Karl Anthony Towns is not a defensive guy, just like Melo. But I think it was kind of an even trade. I think the Wolves are ready to get rid of Cat. He's inconsistent. He can barely be the number 2. Actually, he wasn't the number 1 there for a while. So, Cat been in the Big Apple, but hopefully it'll help elevate his game a little bit. So, bigger, new city, bigger city, and a little bit more exposure. But it's not really surprising. I'm not surprised at all.
Coach.
So New York, you're gonna trade away 2 of your decent players for one who can take days off at times. You have no center now. Who's the center? You have no center. Kyle Anthony Towns don't want to play center. He don't want to shoot outside. But you give away DiVincenzo, 15 points off the bench, and Julius Randle for Karl Anthony Towns. Wolves won this trade.
All right, let's see what Reverend Nation has to say. All right. Here's a funny. Going back to the A's, Lieutenant Sonar, you are forgiven with your young behind.
Hey man, I'm sorry. Y'all twice and triple times my age. I can't help that.
All right, Cat to the Knicks probably helps them become playoff contenders. The coach's corner says, I knew GS was going to get them, but it was the tax that forced them to trade them. Bad trade for the Knicks, advantage Minnesota. Let me chime in on this since I'm a basketball guy. I think actually the trade works for both teams. This is why I mean. Coach, you're right. Cat doesn't like to play center, but Cat has never been surrounded by so many defensive guys. And if you got good perimeter defensive guys, it brings less pressure on you as a center. And remember, centers are not like the old school centers who have post moves and banging and so forth and so on. The centers are more finesse. So when you got dogs on defense like OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, that helps Cat out, and he won't be as much of a defensive liability. So that's where it helps the Knicks. Understand, DiVincenzo did a great job with them, but Mikal Bridges comes in and supplies more than what DiVincenzo would normally do. For the Timberwolves, it works out because now they are seeking to elevate one player that we didn't talk about in this segment so far, and that's Naz Reid. Naz Reid can play the game. Naz Reid does just basically what Cat does on a minor level, and you add Julius Randle to that, you get Cat's production with Julius Randle and Naz Reid, plus you get a DiVincenzo who can help you out if Mike Conley Jr. can't stay healthy because of his age. So you got two players who can give you the production that Cat would have given you had he not been traded. So I think it's mutually beneficial, in my opinion.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. That's fair.
Alexis says this was a surprising trade to me. They broke up the Villanova connection. Yeah, they let the white guy go. And it was going to be hard to play all four of them at the same time when you add Mikal Bridges. You got to have some size, and then they just gave OG a lot of money. And then as the coach's corner said, that tax was going to get Minnesota because you can't pay all these guys all that big money with the new NBA financial system. All right, so with that being said, on to the next comment. We're going to Philadelphia. Is Hurts hurting the Eagles? Armani, it's on you. What you got? Go with it.
I don't think he's hurting the Eagles. I just think that I think Nick Sirianni is. I mean, he just makes some bonehead calls at times. Just like with, last week when they played, a week before last when they played the Falcons. I mean, what are we doing? I understand that Saquon should have just caught the ball and all that good source, but run the ball out, man. And after that, y'all gift after the Falcons' life. But I don't think Hurts is the problem per se. I just think Nick Sirianni can get his own way, and I call it I think Sirianni has the Kyle Shanahan effect, where he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room.
All right, Coach, what you got?
Well, Sirianni is the problem. I don't think him and Hurts are on the same page. And until they get on the same page, then it's going to be problems for the Philadelphia Eagles. Simple as that. They got to get together. They keep butting heads, and it's going to hurt the Eagles big time.
Ray, what you got?
He's not the main thing that's hurting the Eagles. I agree with the coach and the money that's the stupid old head coach, to be honest. But he's had interceptions in his last few games. I'm talking about, I can't remember the last game he hasn't had a turnover or interception. So he's not hurting the Eagles. He's not the main thing that's hurting the Eagles. But if these turnovers keep happening every game, if every game you look up, he has an interception here or a turnover there or a fumble right there, those turnovers gonna add up and they're gonna pile up, and eventually he is gonna be the main liability. So Hurts, you got to get the turnovers under control. I know the coach is a bonehead. He's probably the Nick Sirianni is probably Nick Brandon Staley, because that's the way he coaches, like he's playing in Vegas at times. No, coach, you're not gambling in Vegas. You actually got a coach intelligently. But Jalen Hurts, you got to cut them turnovers down. But
all right, going back to the last segment. Hold on. My computer's slowing up. Going back to the Carlin Towns, Vincent said Cat is about to be swallowed by those immigrants from Ohio. No to make more bad moves of just nicking. On to this. Hurts is definitely a big problem. Most interceptions in the league, and the Georgia Bulldog defense is not what everyone in Atlanta said they were when the coach lost the locker room. Let me just say this. Hold on, we got another comment before I say something. As long as Hurts is on the field, he gives the Eagles a chance. That's true. But, Red, I'm going to disagree. Hurts is the biggest problem, but for a different reason. Is his play the biggest problem? No. His pay is the biggest problem. And because of his pay, the Eagles don't have what they had 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl, and that is depth on both sides of the ball. That's what made them so good, was because they were so deep on both sides of the ball. Now that you're paying Hurts, you had to lose Hassan Reddick. Jason Kelce finally retired. But at some point, his salary is going to be in the way. The DT, I forget his name, who retired as well. He had to go.
Fletcher Cox.
Even though he retired, his pay would have caused him to go. What's his name, Monty?
Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox, yeah. So it's his pay that's the biggest problem. And unfortunately, he, like other quarterbacks who just got paid, cannot offset the deficiencies that come with the roster when you start paying quarterbacks high big money. Like you got Mahomes, who is only proven to be able to get paid big money and still win championships. Lose players and still win championships. Lose all-star players and still win championships. That's the problem. All right. The VP say Hurts is the Eagles, just have to get back into a groove. Barkley needs to do his job as well. Barkley been doing his job very well.
I'm about to say, I'm confused. Okay.
Barkley's the MVP of this team right now. All right, here we go. Next topic. Are the Bengals back to being the Bungles? What says you, Coach? 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, the main thing is Joe Burrow has to make a decision. Is he going to be quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, or is he going to try to defend his world title? And what I mean by that, that's a wrestling thing because he looked like Cody Rhodes. So he got to figure out which one he want to do in order for them to get better. They're on the cusp right now, but their defense is not playing well, and Joe Burrow is not playing as well as everybody hype him up to be. Another big contract, another quarterback going down.
Brad, what you got?
I agree with the defensive side, Coach. I don't agree with the offensive side. Offensively, they're fine. Defensively, they're trash. Front office-wise, they're trash. I mean, this whole Jalen Chase contract situation has completely just disoriented their team. I mean, that's the reason they're like this now. They should have dealt with this situation and got this situation done before the season even started. But again, now it's an issue. The defense is an issue. The bad drafting is an issue. Like I say, Paul Brown, it's probably time for you to retire. Let some young guy come in and run the team. You can still own the team, but I don't agree that Joe Burrow is the problem. I don't agree if he gets back on the same page with Chase and the rest of his playmakers, it'll be a problem. They need a win this weekend. I feel like one win will get this thing turned around, but you got to start winning. I think Joe Burrow is still talented. I just think it's a lot of circumstances that have led to this 0-3 start.
Yeah. I mean, just like what Red was saying, I mean, some of it is a front office issue, but you know, Joe Burrow isn't a problem. I mean, his injuries have become a problem for him, but once he gets healthy and they get back acclimated with his receivers, they'll be fine. They'll come here in Charlotte, they'll get a win probably this Sunday, and they'll be back on track. I don't think it's really that big of an issue. I think they just need to get back in the swing of things. They haven't played together in a while, so that's a lot of it. And then the defense, you let Jesse Bates go, you let him go to the Falcons. You just got holes on defense, and you can't stop nobody. So, with that being said, then you got a new head coach in Callahan. So it's going to take some time for everybody to mess because it's their first time everybody actually being together.
That's Tennessee. Can't hear you, Rev. Rev, can't hear you. Mute, Rev. Mute.
All right, here we go. You can hear me now.
Yeah.
I'm agree with you, Red, in the standpoint of typically the Bengals front office make very bad decisions. But when it comes to the Jamar Chase situation, I can't disagree because they were going to set a bad precedent And that is, you don't want every player after playing 2 good years rather, to start asking for a new contract in year 3. And that's what Jamar Chase was seeking to do. So not dealing with Jamar Chase was smart for the long-term future of the roster. Like, you got to prove yourself at least 3 years. I call it from a church standpoint, it's the Trinity effect. You got to have 3 great years, one for the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Then we'll start talking about a big contract. All right? Not just for the Father and Son, but you got to add the Holy Ghost in there, Jamar Chase. So that's my comment on that. We got a couple of comments that just came in. Jerry says, the Bengals are following the trend of starting 0-3, not making the playoffs. They need to get back on track. All right. That they do. Last one has Sam Darnold, the journeyman, who started his journey with the New York Jets, went to the Carolina Panthers, and now the Minnesota Vikings. Has he finally arrived? It's on you, Red. What says you? Go.
Man, I mean, who would have thought Sam Darnold, the forgotten quarterback from USC? I thought, was it USC? No, I don't even think it was USC. I think wherever he came from. Look, I don't forgot because it's been so long. You've been sorry for that long.
It was USC.
Oh, it was? Okay, it was USC. Okay, this ain't that all. Okay, yeah, the forgotten quarterback from USC, man, that's been journaling all around the league. Boy, you don't been in a Madden cruise when you don't play it on so many teams. But, man, you finally may have landed in the right situation. After all the ups and downs, after all of the learning curves, now you finally ready to make some noise, and you finally landed on the right team to make some noise, Sam Darnold. Minnesota needs a quarterback. They got one. You got a head coach who's a quarterback coach. So even if you start falling off, you got the right coach that'll probably get you back on track. Right situation, right coach, good team. Sam Darnold, this is your last chance. You blow this right here, man, and you're going to be out the league. But right now, you're doing okay. 3-0, don't blow it because you're in a good situation.
I'm gonna say yes. He's just in a good he's in a good situation. I mean, you got Jefferson, you got Addison. You know, he's just in a good situation to succeed. So I think he can you know, he can definitely take this team to the playoffs. Now, what he does in the playoffs, hey, that's what remains to be seen. But right now, I think that they are they keep playing the way they're playing. They'll be definitely for sure playoff contenders.
Coach, what you got?
Minnesota looking good right now. But I want to see how he does against his division opponents. If he can handle them, the Lions, Green Bay, teams like that. I want to see how he rolls up against those big boys. Playing good right now. It's yet to be determined.
All right, Revenant Nation chiming in. They said Macaulay Culkin is no longer the good son Chase and Higgins can do but so much. Oh, that's going back to the Bengals. VP said the Deacons at pastime muted Reds might get tired of the Hurts talk. Jerry says too early to tell about Darnold. There's an opportunity for the Vikings to win NFC North. It looks like Sam Arnold has turned the corner, says the Prime Minister. It'll be interesting to see how he does this season. So far, so good. Now, here's where I'm going to add my little 2 cents. This is where I'm going to say. This can be short-lived success for Sam Darnold because let's be reminded the Vikings did draft a rookie quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. And unless Sam Darnold leads them to the Super Bowl or to the NFC Championship, this is probably one and done. Because J.J. McCarthy was actually in the driver's seat to becoming the starter when he had that awesome preseason game and got hurt in the same game. So Sam Darnold going to have to do some great things that Kirk Cousins didn't do for the Minnesota Vikings in order for him to get that job and be the quarterback for the Vikings long term. So that's all I wanted to add. All right, gentlemen, great job with 5 for 5. It's on to some NFL talk real quickly. We got some NFL picks to get ready to talk about. We'll show our records in just a moment. Let me do a little rearranging of how we're going to show the games real quickly. And we got to make sure we got all the games. Coach, come on, Coach. We're going to fire you for posting the games, man.
No,
Guess what game you forgot? Huh?
It's some at the bottom. I couldn't scroll them up and put them in the spot.
All right, I'll do that for you while we're talking. All right, I'll let you off the hook, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will let you off the hook. Okay. I see what you did. All right, here we go. Let's get these standards, man, on where we stand. And it was interesting. Here we are. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong one. There we go. We had a 3-way tie for the best record last week. Rev, Armani all went 10-6. Coach went 9-7, while he's still in first place with a 31-16 record. Armani and Rev are tied for second place, 29-18. I have the tiebreaker with 2 good weeks or best weeks. Red, even though he's in last place by 2 games, he has won the week twice. He's at 27-20, still trying to bounce back from week 1. All right.
Yeah.
So we still got
back.
a good one. Coach got a 2-game lead over Rev and Amani and a 4-game lead over Red. All right. So these picks are going to mean something. The VP, before we move on, he's still Sam Darnold. I wouldn't buy that stock when your money showed me something, sucker. All right. And the Prime Minister said, looks like Sam Darnold's turned the corner. It'll be interesting to see how he does this season. So far, so good. All right, good deal. Here we go, gentlemen. Let's get to these picks. And let me give some music for the picks. Coach, you're in first place with the NFL. You want to go first or last?
First.
He wants to go first. On to the first game. Then we pick Rebel Night Nation. Feel free to join us. I'm going to bring y'all picks on after 3 games that we picked. First game. The Bengals that we just talked about versus the Panthers. Who you got, Coach?
This is a game that's going to be live broadcasted everywhere in Cincinnati. Maybe. Bengals.
All right, Red, who you got?
Bengals. Y'all lose this game 0-4. Yeah, it's probably going to go. I don't see y'all bouncing back. You got to have this game, and I think you will get this game. Cincinnati over the Carolinas, even in Carolina. Cincinnati got to get this game. Joe Burrow, let's go, baby. Let's go. Cincinnati.
Armani, who you got?
Bengals.
Just that simple.
Just that simple. No context. We know who the Panthers are. Let's be real.
Buying into the Red Rifle and what he did last week to propel them to victory.
Nope.
The Red.
I'm not either. No Bengals.
Nope.
They didn't just win 0-3. This
Nope.
is the month for the Bengals.
Oh, boy.
Can't fool me.
So I'm going with the Bengals as well. Red on you, man. Jaguars versus the Titans. Who you got?
Jaguars versus the Texans, you mean? Texas,
It's the Jaguars versus who, Coach?
Titans.
Did we get the wrong one?
Hold on, I'm looking now. Yeah, it's the
Hold on.
Texans. It's the Texans.
The Texans?
Yeah, the
All
Texans,
right,
coach.
Coach. You done got me messed up.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, Rev,
Coach always finding somebody. We're going to start finding him
All
with
right.
these bad typos.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Jaguars versus Texans. Go ahead, Red.
See, there
You
you
got
go.
Texans.
I'm gonna make it short and simple. The Texans, Jags. I don't know what happened to them. Matter of fact, I thought we were supposed to talk about it. We may have missed that topic, but we are just miscalculating the Jags. They're not a good team, and they don't pay Trevor Lawrence all that money. Good luck in figuring your stuff out, Jags. But in the meantime, I'll be taking CJ Stroud to beat you.
Armani, who you got, man?
Yeah, I got the Texans. The Jags, they just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. Trevor Lawrence ain't looking like the Trevor Lawrence that we know in Clemson. So he's kind of turned out, that whole quarterback class turned out to be a disappointment, but Trevor Lawrence has kind of turned out to be a disappointment too. So I'm going with the Texans.
Yeah, I got to go with the Texans as well. After that beatdown they took at the hand of the Vikings last week, I'm sure the coach got their attention, full attention this week, and they're going to take out their anger on the Jaguars, who are a sinking ship. And Sunshine, a.k.a. Trevor Lawrence, is another reason why you don't overpay the quarterback position. And you owners going to you're going to learn, stop with market football, pay these guys what they're really worth, not because of the position that they play. On to the next one. Revelite Nation, we coming to you after this one. Rams versus Bears. Armani, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Bears at home. Plus, I think the Bears they kind of need this win. I think they need it more than the Rams, so I'm gonna go with the Bears.
I'm gonna disagree with you, man. I got to go with Sean McVay and the Rams. The Rams had a good victory last week over a hurt 49ers team, but I think there's a blueprint right now on how to defend the young stud at quarterback, Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams is having a baptism by fire in the NFL, and I think the Rams going to help with that baptism. So give me the Rams. Coach, who you got?
Oh, by the way, I picked Texans over the Jaguars. You got to find me.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Speak up and hold your peace. Maybe. And that wasn't intentional, even though you typed the wrong game. That wasn't intentional. My bad. So who you got, Coach?
This is the breakout game for Caleb Williams. I'm going with the Bears. The Rams have no wide receivers. Puka Nuka is hurt. Cooper Kupp is hurt. So they're going to be strictly run for the most part. So I'm going to go with the Bears. Breakout game.
He's showing his USC love even in the NFL. Go ahead, Ray. Who you got?
Rev, I'm with you. I'm taking the Rams. Rams came through for me last week. Now they're going to come through for me again with the Bears. Coach, they didn't have no receivers last week, and they still put up 27 points on the Niners. So no receivers this week. They'll probably put up 30 on the Bears. So Caleb making too many mistakes right now. McVay is a vet. He's the experienced coach. The Rams are a more experienced team. Matthew Stafford is a more experienced quarterback. Give me the Rams all day.
All right. When it comes to the Cincinnati and Panthers game, here's Forever Night Nation. Jerry has Cincinnati. Dana Johnson has Cincinnati. Maurice Thrower, believing in the Andy Dalton Red Rifle hype. He says revenge.
Wow.
He got Carolina. Winston Thorne got the Bengals. Going to the Jags versus Texans game. Winston got the Jags. Jerry Martin got Houston. Dana Johnson got the Texans. Maurice Thrower got the Texans.
And on to the Rams versus Bears. Danny Johnson got the Rams. Barry Thor got the Rams. Jeremy Martin got the Rams. Winston Thornton got the Rams, so nobody's drinking that same USC Bears coming out party juice that coach is drinking. All right, on to the next day. Commanders versus the Cardinals. My boy from LSU is balling. He sure is balling, but the ball's going to be deflated in Arizona because Arizona got a nice defense. Kyler Murray hooking up with Marvin Harrison Jr. So at home, I got to go with the Cardinals. So give me the Arizona Cardinals for the dub. Coach, who you got, man?
I'm going to ride with the Cobra Commanders. We'll see how Jalen Daniels can handle prosperity after his big win. We'll see if he can hold up. I'm going with the Cobra Commanders.
Red, you going with the Commanders or you going with the Birds?
I'm going with you, Real. Going with Kyler Murray and Spurs, baby. Him and Marvin Harrison getting that chemistry together. They let one get away in Detroit last week. They won't let one get away at home this week. They'll be ready to bounce back against the young rookie. Jalen Daniels, I love you, buddy, but like Real said, Cardinals defense will be ready for you. They're not going to let you make all the plays you was able to make in Cincinnati last week. And Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison will be ready to make one more play at the end, kick that field goal at home, take it on home, baby. Arizona wins.
Armand, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with the Cardinals. Even though Jane Daniels is part of my dope moment this morning, he's a good quarterback, and I think they're on the right track. But I think that the Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. experience is alive and well. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
All right, on to the next game. Reverend Nation will be with you in just a minute. Titans versus the Dolphins. Coach, it's on you.
Like the old saying goes, Will Levis can't play dead in a 1920 Western, so I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
All right, Red, it's on you. Who you got?
Yeah, Will Levis can't play dead, but Skylar Thompson can't play alive. So I'm going to take the dead quarterback over Skylar Thompson. Miami just ain't the same Miami without Tua. And Will Levis at 0-3, boy, if you want to keep being the starter in Tennessee, you better get this win this week. Or guess what? Dave Callahan, who our money brought up earlier, he's going to be thinking about making a coaching change. A quarterback change.
And you're going to be thinking about making a pick change because Tyler Huntley is starting. Skylar Thompson not.
I don't care who starts. It ain't Tua. So I'm good.
Okay.
Go ahead. Armani, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Tennessee. I mean, Tyler Huntley, he doesn't have that deep ball ability that Tua has. So, I mean, for that offense to flourish, it's all about yak and being able to make big plays down the field. And I don't see Tyler Huntley having the arm talent to kind of make those big plays. So I'm going to go with the Titans.
Oh, man, this is the tough one for me.
Come on, Rev. On to the seaside.
I want to go with the Dolphins at home. The one thing I will say is that without Tua, the Dolphins haven't done much. They scored 3 last week against the Seahawks. Then the other week, they scored 10 when Tua got hurt against the Bills. Sounds like I got to go to the Titans. I got to go to the
most of that game.
Because I don't care who. I don't know who's going to put some points on the board, who's going to feed Tyreek Hill the ball. So I'm going to go to the Titans. On to the next one, Red. Who you got, Patriots versus 49ers? I see you, Reverend Nation. We're coming to you.
Okay. I guess the Niners about bounce back in this game after losing 2 straight. I mean, I would hope so. If you lose 3 straight now, letting everybody know that y'all ain't that good this year. And I don't think y'all gonna be exposed this early. Patriots, well, they're a young team. you trying to figure things out with a young coach, and then they on the road. So Niners, you should have this game. You should have it pretty easy. San Francisco, you know, I hate Kyle too.
All right, Amani, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Niners. At home. Yeah, there's nothing about the Patriots that I think that they can. I mean, they play pretty good, decent defense, but the quarterback situation, I can't get behind it right now because it's so uncertain. So I'm gonna go with Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, 49ers.
I'm gonna ride that 49ers train too, even though they lost their weapons. The running back, what's his name?
Christian McCaffrey.
They lost Debo, Kittle, and Debo is still a game time decision. They still had Jonas Jennings who balled out. Ayuk hadn't even gotten off yet. And then they still got Mason at running back. So they still got a good, formidable offense, more than the Patriots. Only thing Patriots got is Stevenson. And Red learned last week from fantasy football that he's the only weapon on the Patriots because he couldn't get off last week. But I'm going to go to 49ers.
I knew you were going to throw that out there. Yeah, because he had been balling for me the previous 2 weeks, bro. But he let me down last week, and I benched him.
You benched him this week. I got you.
Oh yeah.
Who you got, Coach?
49ers. Patriots still flipping quarterback. They thought about Drake May, but if he get out there, it's really gonna be over. I'm gonna go with the Niners.
All right, on to Reverend Knight Mason. When it comes to the Commanders and Cardinals, Jerry got Washington. Winston got Washington. Bro Dana got Arizona. When it comes to the Rams game, let's go back. Alexis Hill got the Cardinals. Alexis just jumping games. Maurice Thrower got Washington. When it comes to the Rams and the Fins, Winston Thornton got the Fins. Alexis got the Rams. Bro Dana, drinking that coach juice, got the Dolphins. Jerry got the Dolphins. Maurice Thrower must be text messaging people. Say, if you go with the Dolphins, I'm going to cash after you some money. Maurice Thrower got the Dolphins. Alexis Hill got the Dolphins. Just messing with you, man. All right. On to the Patriots 49ers. Brother Dana got the 49ers. Jerry got the 49ers. Maurice Thrower got the 49ers. Winston Thorne got the 49ers. On to the next one. Armani, you are up, sir. The Browns versus the Raiders. Who you got, man?
This is a tough game, man, because Deshaun Watson is everything but a shell of himself. He hasn't been right since all that stuff went down a few years ago. And the Raiders, man, it's hard, but the Raiders are at home. I think the Browns are going to be without Amari Cooper this week. So, with that being said, I'm going to take the Raiders. I do believe they have a pretty stout defense. They got Crosby, and they also got the stud over there on offense and their new toy in Brock Bowers. So I'm going to go with the Raiders.
I'm joining you with that Raiders pick after the Raiders got embarrassed last week by the Carolina Panthers. I think they thought they were just going to have an easy win because they were playing against the Carolina Panthers. I think if Antonio Pierce is the right man for this Las Vegas job, then he's going to get these guys ready to play this week. So I see the Raiders beating the Browns this week. Who you got, Coach?
Browns are grease fire. They don't know which way they're going. I'm going to go with the Raiders.
All right. And Redrick, who you got, man?
Give me Give me Cleveland in an upset. Raiders gonna be missing Devontae Adams and Matt Crosby this week, and well, Watson, you still healthy. It seems like let's see if Watson can get off that bench and actually have a good game in Vegas this week. Maybe he go down to Vegas and get him a nice massage and be ready for Sunday. But without Devontae and Matt Crosby, it's gonna be tough for the Raiders. I don't see him. Let me hurry up and finish this. Browns go win. Yeah.
All right, on to the next one. It's on me. Seahawks versus the Lions.
I made myself laugh.
This is a good game. This is a good one, man. The Seahawks have been playing some real good football. And the Lions, they need a W after they lost in week 2. This game is in Detroit. The Lions have already taken 1 L. The Seahawks have yet to take an L. This is the week the Seahawks get their first L. Give me the Lions on Monday Night Football for the dub. Who you got, Coach?
I'm agreeing. Seahawks are leaving the ranks of the undefeated. I'm going with the Lions.
Red, who you got, man?
I'm going with the Seahawks. They stay undefeated. And Gino helps my fantasy team out this week by having another good game. Come on, Gino. I need you to stop writing to those folks who wrote you off. Don't write back and don't ever write back. You just keep playing good ball in Seattle. You're 3-0 going to a struggling Detroit Lions team who can barely put points on the board. I mean, more than 20 points last few weeks. 13 one game. So let's see if Seattle's defense can keep that Lions offense continue to struggle. I'm going to take Seattle on the road. Stay undefeated. Armani, come on. I know you will.
Armani, who you got, man?
I got Detroit. Like I always said,
I'm sorry.
What goes up must come down. And I think that the Seahawks are going to come down this week. Detroit is at home. I think that, Jameson Williams is for sure. Montgomery is for sure. The defense definitely for sure. They're 2-1. They at home. Give me Detroit.
All right, on to the next one. Coach, is on you. Chiefs versus Chargers.
Is Pat Mahomes quarterback?
With Shizzle.
Okay, Chiefs.
Ray, who you got?
Yeah. Coach, that's a great question. Is Mahomes playing? The Chiefs. There you go. Is Mahomes playing? The Chiefs. No commentary, Rev. No added commentary.
Armani looked like he still got that wound from last Sunday. He wanted you to charge him so bad. I can feel it. I can feel it in my spirit.
Don't be crazy now.
Nah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Had Herbert been healthy, I probably. Even then, I'm gonna still choose the Chiefs. Love you, Harbaugh, but hey, man, not this week. Not this week. Not the role that the Chiefs are on.
I ain't gonna lie. It could happen, Armani, but I just don't see. I gotta see it to believe it.
I'm not willing to put my pick on it. So
yeah,
hey,
I ain't gonna put my pick on it.
I might be slightly on the surface level, under the surface level, rooting for the Chargers.
Rev, you gonna have some haters rooting for the Chargers this week.
I'm still waiting for Russell Wilson to take over the AFC West. I'm still waiting for that to happen.
Oh Lord, you're in trouble.
I'm still waiting.
Oh God, Rev, you went all the way back to last year, man. You went back to last year's trash.
My shirt speak for who I'm picking.
That was yeah.
Wait, Coach, you're the only one that don't have a Steelers hat, man. You gotta have your Steelers hat, Coach.
I don't need no hat.
Oh yeah. You got the shirt. You got.
But give him our money, or he knows not what he does. Here we go. Revenant Nation. Browns versus Raiders. Winston got the Browns.
Go with
Alexis got the Raiders. Brother Dana got the Raiders. Maurice has the Raiders. Jerry has the Raiders. On to the Lions and Seahawks game. Winston got the Lions. Dana Johnson got the Lions. Alexis got the Lions. Maurice Thor says Detroit. I can't wait to see the new helmet and uniform on Monday night. Chiefs San Diego. Dana Johnson got the Chiefs. Here we go. Winston Thornton with the Chargers upset.
Y'all crazy.
Maurice Thor with the Chiefs. Alexis Hill with the Chargers. Boy, that sounds like some wounded sports fan right here.
These are real. These are emotional picks, real. These are very emotional picks. They gonna go away and Chargers ain't beat those Chiefs.
Some of them, I can feel some of them might be Falcons fans and they still scoring, but it's okay. Y'all gonna be all right. All right, moving on.
You know, Herbert ain't even healthy this week.
Yeah. Red, it's on you. Steelers versus Colts.
Oh.
Who you got, Red?
This ain't gonna take 2 seconds. Steelers versus the Colts. Steelers, their defense gonna show up on the field, right?
Excuse me.
Well, the Steelers defense show up, and Anthony Richardson show up. Steelers gonna win easily. Anthony Richardson, dude, you don't know what you about to come up against, man. And all what you've been doing these past few weeks with these other teams, you about to hit a gauntlet. You remember that movie, The Gauntlet, Coach, with Clint Eastwood? Well, that's what Anthony Richardson about to go into this week. Even at home, he about to face a gauntlet. Pittsburgh.
Armani, who you got?
Steelers.
All right, that no commentary added, huh?
Nah, no commentary. My dad might be watching.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers too. Look at Coach. Look at Coach position. Look at his body posture while we figure this game. Look at he's so satisfied with his 3-0. Look at how like he just knew they were gonna be 3-0.
I would be too, because the USC defense ain't coming through for him. Pittsburgh defense is.
He said, would say Red, at least his pro defense is coming through for him.
Yeah.
Now see, if Georgia don't come through tonight, you ain't gonna say nothing. So only bring USC into it. We on the pros now.
Well, Coach, I tell you how, so I have to say something. So you can get back at me if we lose tonight. I already know you're going to be looking for me, Coach, so I'll be ready for you.
Don't say a word. I'm just going to let the season play out. Rev?
Coach, tell us why the Steelers going to win.
Well, I got to mess with you a little bit, Rev. The Colts are actually averaging 5.7 yards a carry on the ground and have scored 7 rushing touchdowns. So that offense is going against the Steelers defense. So, hey, we're going to see. Steelers going to win a close one. They never do good in Indianapolis, though. It's always a game they have to fight to the end. I hate that they got to. They're in Pittsburgh. This would be easy, but they're in Indianapolis. But I'm going to go with the Steelers anyway. It's going to be a close one. 24-21, something like that.
All right, on to the next game. Revenant Nation, keep putting your picks up there. We're going to get them. On to the next one. Oh, we got to change this. Saints versus Falcons. Armani, it's on you, man. Tell us why the Falcons going to win, because you got the gear on. So is there no way you're going to choose against the Falcons with the gear on?
Because the Saints got so many injuries. I don't even think Olave is going to play. Plus, Atlanta's at home. I mean, you already lost at home last week to the Chiefs, and I mean, I get it, but you know, you got 2 home games. You got to take advantage of at least one of these games. So, I'm gonna go with the Falcons all day.
The Falcons will rise up and beat the Saints this week. I think that defense is going to slow down Derek Carr. And I'm looking for the Falcons to win their first game at home. So give me the Falcons. Who you got, Coach?
Yeah, Olave and Alvin Kamara, both of them are questionable. That ain't helping the Saints, because that's 90% of their offense pretty much. So Falcons gonna win.
Red, tell us why the Falcons gonna win since you got the hat on.
Because we have no choice but to win. It's a must win. It's a division game. It's an NFC game, and we are undefeated in the NFC this season. We ain't played the division yet, but we got to keep this train going. I can accept the losses to the Steelers and the Chiefs as long as we take care of our business in the division and the conference. You beat the Steelers, so you don't have any conference victory. Now it's time for next 3 weeks for the division. Can't let any of them get away. Starting this week with our biggest rival, the Saints, you got to handle your business, Falcons. Cousins, the offense has got to be on point chemistry-wise, cohesion-wise. That opportunistic defense has got to be solid. Just like Rev said, we have got to make some hurt, put some hurt on these Saints. They're not healthy. They're not 100%, and we got to take advantage. I want to see turnovers from my defense. I want to see touchdowns from my offense. Falcons win 35-15.
Hey, Red.
No, wait a minute. Is that my prediction? Yeah, that's what I go. No, 38-15. That was my prediction. Sorry,
it's a joke right here, Red, that's being said.
What's that?
Red said he can accept losing to the Steelers and the Chiefs. You didn't have a choice.
All right. Jets versus Broncos is on me. Give me the Jets. Give me Jets. I like the way the Jets are playing football. Aaron Rodgers got them rolling. The Broncos did get a W last week, but give me Aaron Rodgers over any quarterback the Broncos might throw out there. Who you got, Coach?
This Jets going to be easy. Broncos not ready for the Jets. Jets defense, and then Aaron Rodgers hitting his stride. It's going to be Jets.
Ray, who you got?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Jets finally look to be rolling right now. Only took them a year and a few games, but finally they rolling the way they anticipated they would be when Aaron Rodgers got over there. Defense is playing solid. Offense is playing solid. Robert Saleh is not ruining things with his idiocy. Jets over the Broncos easily.
Okay. Just comment in the middle. Okay.
Amani, unmute yourself and tell us who you got.
I got the Jets. I have no faith in Bo Nix. I don't know what I was thinking a few weeks ago when I picked them, but against the Steelers. But yeah, give me the Jets all day.
All right, when it comes to the Steelers versus Colts game, Winston says he has the Colts. Dana Johnson says Steelers all day. Alexis Hill got the Steelers. The coach's corner says the league can't afford a lot of reps. Come on, man, stop this. I don't even know why. Come on. Maurice Thor says Colts are the close one.
Yeah, thank you, Maurice. Thank you. Every time you pick against the Steelers, they won.
What did he say?
Pittsburgh is in Indy like Georgia and Lexington, Kentucky.
I don't know about that now. Yeah, y'all giving Rich too much credit. I'm telling you, I had to bench him on my fantasy team.
Jerry Martin got Pittsburgh. On to the Saints Falcons. Jerry Martin got the Falcons. Lexus Falcons. Danny Johnson Falcons. But the coach's corner got the Falcons still whining though about last week. I got you, bro.
Coach, you about to come on the show doing this.
Maurice Thor Falcons. The dude said camera. I don't know who's second. All right. Broncos versus Jets. Jerry got the Jets, I'm sorry. Maurice Thor got the Jesters, the Jets. Coach's Corner got the Jets. Daniel Johnson got the Jets. Alexis Hill, Jets. Dang, Jerry, you're going to start putting these games in the way we call them, man. You went all the way back to Seattle or the Lions. Come on, man. Stay tuned, man. Stay with us. Winston Thor got the Jets. On to the last game. Yeah, bring me up, cuz I'll smoke this for you. You got me. You got all the smoke for me. You got that whining for me, too. The refs got paid.
He said the refs got paid.
The refs got paid by the Chiefs. Just hashtag this for me, Coach Corner. Hashtag 3-peat loading. Hashtag 3-peat loading. How about that? On to the last game. Bills versus the Ravens. I think it's on Red. Who you got, Red?
I know the Ravens need this game. I know you're at home. So you know what? I'm going to give you the game. Since you need it so much, you're at home. You don't need another home loss. You bounced back last week on the road with Dallas. Now it's time to bounce back after those home losses. Bills, they undefeated. They can afford a loss. And I think the Ravens defense going to expose Josh Allen just a little bit, just to get back in the winning column. But the Bills, they are balling. Josh Allen, I got to give him credit the way he's balling without Stephon Diggs. But the Ravens bounce back and get back to 500 this week, and to let folks know that, hey, we're not going to fall apart. Ravens going to be still in this thing all the way to the end. Sorry, Coach. Ravens ain't finna sit still. They're going to win this week. They'll be right behind your Steelers. It is going to be chaos in your division, Coach. Chaos.
Armando, who you got?
I got the Ravens. The Ravens at home, and the Bills, they flying high, but it's time to come on back down to earth. It's time to come back to see some green grass and get out the sky. So I think the Ravens do good this week, and then just run the football. The Bills aren't the best in run defense, so they can probably have him a big game tomorrow. So Ravens.
I got the Ravens for the reasons both you and Red mentioned. I got the Ravens as well. Who you got, Coach? Well, it's about to be unanimous. You know he ain't going for the Ravens.
He sure ain't going for the Ravens. They about to sing into the abyss of the AFC North. They about to fall flat and just drop. Lamar has to have a great game, though. Josh Allen, I think he is on a level right now. And then that level looks like it's pretty good. Lamar, you can show everybody why you the MVP last year if you come out with a strong performance this game. And Lamar, remember, you got two good tight ends. You got to use them, dog.
All right, let's see. Rev 9 Nation closing this out. All right, here we go. Jerry, Raven. He said he apologized because he fell asleep. Winston Thornton, Bill. Dana Johnson, Raven. Maurice Thor, Ravens. Alexis Hill got the Bill. I think he went with the Bills because the Rams were Hill. That's what I think. All right, nevertheless, that ends our pick 'em for this week. We appreciate it. We appreciate Reverend Night Nation joining us on today. Coach, I need you to take over in the show because I got to get ready because I'm running behind. I got to go to a wedding. But it's been real, gentlemen. You all know how we end the show. You have the right. So I'm going to go first. Braves, you have the right to handle the Royals for the rest of this week, and Mets Monday and Tuesday. And so you get to that playoff.
May not need Monday, real. Maybe clinch it on Sunday.
Go ahead, Red. Tell us what you had the right to do. For some reason, Coach went out, so I don't know who has the right to do what when we're
Yeah,
out.
we're in it. Yeah. Falcons, Bulldogs, y'all got the right to end this hate week with victories. Falcons with the Stanks, Bulldogs with the turds, and Red will be happy. You have the right to make Red happy. Braves, I already know y'all gonna take care of business. So come on. That's it.
Armani, who has the right to do what when we're how?
Kellen DeBoer, you have the right to go out and show people that you belong in the SEC. We didn't run from the SEC like some coaches did. I ain't gonna say who, but anyway, hey, Kellen DeBoer, hey, go out there and show them what you're made of, man. You're in a better school with more recruiting prospects. Hey, go and show them that, hey, it went for fake when you was at Washington. Now you at Bama, it's for real. Let's get it.
Coach, who has the right to do what when we're how?
Is my mic on?
Yes.
Let's see. USC, I'm gonna get y'all back today. You had a right to go out there and drink up all the whiskey you can when you punish Wisconsin today and get back into the top 12.
All right. Everybody, thank y'all so much for watching the Red and Rev Sports Show, episode 344. Of course, thank you, Coach Armani, making this show what it is. Thank you, Revenite Nation. Thank y'all for joining us. It's a huge sports weekend. Enjoy some baseball, enjoy some college football, enjoy some pro football. We'll be back next week. Same Facebook page, same YouTube channel, same time. Peace and love, everybody. Thank you for watching episode 344. Peace and love, everybody. And we're out of here.
Good show, everybody. But I'm frozen up, so I'm gonna catch y'all back on the book.
All righty.